Aero News Network's coverage of the 64th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show, live from Dallas, Texas, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors.
Pilot Communications USA is proud to introduce our latest headsets, the Carbon A1 Active Noise Reduction and the Carbon P1 Passive headset. Carbon fiber makes our headsets 30% lighter than others, which significantly reduces pilot fatigue. Our BlueLink hand control unit allows you to connect two devices at the same time, and the record out capability can send audio to an onboard camera or digital recorder. Get the headset that's so light you may forget you're wearing one at pilot-usa.com.
Aviation's #1 safety equipment manufacturer. New ELTs and safety products that activate life-saving rescues across the world. ELTs and safety products for every type of aircraft. General aviation, business jet, rotorcraft, commercial aircraft. Easy installation, affordable pricing, safety and reliability. Visit www.artex.com to view our selection of ELTs and safety products today. Artex, your best last chance.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Every day is a new day. And everything's coming your way. And you wanna make it last forever. Well, every day is a new day.
to Dallas for the 64th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show. Today's opening session is sponsored by GoGo Business Aviation. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a special message from the chairman of the AEA Board of Directors, Gary Joyce.
Good morning, everyone. It is an absolute honor for me to kick off the 64th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show. Unfortunately, due to travel restrictions still in place, I regret that I am unable to visit with you in person for this year's show. This is extremely frustrating for me, being the chairman of the Board of Directors, but also not being able to attend convention, which is always a calendar highlight for me, as I know it is for you too. While I can't be in Dallas, I know you will experience a full week of networking, training and professional development. With over 60 training sessions to choose from, this year's lineup is loaded with valuable content. Our exceptional training schedule will help you learn industry best practices and share insights to improve your installation, certification and troubleshooting skills. As you know, our industry is accustomed to addressing the regulatory, legislative and technical issues together. But the international health crisis impacted our businesses and personal lives in ways that none of us have experienced before. AEA members located in more than 40 countries around the world felt the economic impact of COVID-19 both personally and professionally. Despite the pandemic, the work of the association has never stopped, and the AEA continued to provide exceptional value to the entire membership at a time when it was needed most. As part of that ongoing work, the AEA's Board of Directors has moved forward with a strategic planning initiative to help shape the future for aircraft electronics. I want to thank each of our board members for their leadership in this effort. In fact, our President and CEO, Mike Adamson, will share an update about the strategic planning process in a few moments. I'm confident that the outcome of this extraordinary effort will position the AEA and our members for success in the next decade. Before I close, it's quite clear that resilience abounds within our industry, particularly as we navigate these challenging times together. As aviation's technology experts, we continue to innovate and introduce new products to enhance safety of flight. In fact, that versatility will be on display in Dallas this week, as more than 120 companies showcase their products in the exhibit hall. And it should come as no surprise that before this opening session concludes, we will see more than 30 manufacturers unveil even more new products and services to the dealer network. So to each of our members, thank you for the opportunity to serve as your chairman. Enjoy the next 4 days in Dallas, and I look forward to seeing each of you in person at the convention in New Orleans next year. Until then, I wish you good health and prosperity. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
Please welcome AEA President and CEO, Mike Adamson.
Wow. It truly is my pleasure to welcome you to the 64th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show in Dallas. We're back in the saddle. What a year we've had. It's really been 2 years since we've been together like this. So much has happened in that time, and I'm looking forward to catching up with each of you and hearing how your business is doing. On behalf of the AEA team, the Board of Directors, I'd also like to say welcome to our distinguished guests from industry and the FAA. Thank you for your efforts to be here today and for supporting our industry. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, exhibitors, and everyone here for making this event possible. For our international members who couldn't get past travel restrictions, including our own chairman of the board, we will miss you and hope you're watching on Aero News Network's live streaming coverage. We'll be saving a seat for you in New Orleans next year. Before I get too far into my opening remarks, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on those we've lost in the last year and remember their impact on the industry and the association. Earlier this year, we mourned the loss of our longest-running chairman, Michael O'Leary, who served in his role from 2002 to 2009. He left behind an incredible legacy and so many industry friends. Amongst other accomplishments, he will be remembered as the chairman who helped AEA build and move into our new headquarters in 2008. Since the pandemic started more than a year ago, we've also lost loved ones and many friends in our industry, those who have made an impact. We want to acknowledge those who've left us in the past year and recognize that they too left their mark on the industry and the association. We want all their families to know they will be greatly missed. Will you please join me in a moment of silence for all those we've lost? Thank you. It's been 6 years since our show in Dallas last time. The AEA, the avionics community, and the aviation industry have all seen dramatic changes. We thought the sunset of the domestic ADS-B mandate and would be a hot topic in 2020, and everyone was asking what's next. Instead, just over a year ago, we were blindsided by the pandemic and challenged in ways we never thought possible. I remember a Zoom interview about this time last year, and we were talking about the resiliency of our shops and our manufacturers. And once the determination had been made that we were essential, we were quickly back to work, reinventing ourselves and our businesses. Many members came to the rescue of those in need. Manufacturers developed parts for ventilators and face masks before shifting back to their regular manufacturing of equipment and accessories. And as the year continued, our repair station members started to see an uptick in their quote activity, and their backlogs were starting to grow. By the end of 2020, some of our member shops had even reported their best year on record. The AEA Avionics Market Report echoed what we were hearing from our member shops. Looking back to the end of 2019, we had experienced 12 straight quarters of positive year-over-year sales growth and recorded the largest dollar amount of avionics sales in history. That momentum carried into the first part of 2020, with residuals from the ADS-B mandate and a soaring economy. Retrofit sales for avionics continued to outpace forward fit sales, and that's done that since 2016. And last year ended with $1.2 billion in retrofit sales and $980 million in forward fit sales. Even with the numbers improving, as we headed into the first quarter of 2020, we were still off 14% from our prior Q1 results. The forward fit market had a little more positive news to start 2021. According to the General Aviation Manufacturers Association, airplane shipments for the first quarter of 2021, compared to the same quarter in 2020, saw increases in deliveries for piston, turboprop airplanes, and turbine helicopters, while piston helicopters and business jet deliveries remained flat, a signal that there is some improvement, even with some headwinds in the supply chain. And the challenges aren't all related to logistics. They are evident in the human resource side as well. It was just 2 years ago when unemployment rates were at an all-time low. They climbed a bit in 2020, but with the economy bouncing back, we're already in a tight labor market just halfway into 2021. There are more than 9 million jobs available, the highest level on record. The competition for talent is tough in every industry. And fortunately, aviation still has an appeal that other industries just can't match. We just have to continue to tell our story. We can certainly share that our industry is resilient, it's cutting edge, and it's constantly evolving. We've weathered the storms of 9/11, the banking collapse, and a pandemic all in the last 20 years. We're on the leading edge of incredible technological advancements in advanced air mobility and unmanned systems, some of which will be on display in our exhibit hall. And passionate aviators are being introduced to more affordable and sustainable flying options and modernizing their aircraft with more safety-enhancing equipment. With these evolving forces, it's time to take the association to take a look at ourselves and the market we serve, the benefits and services we provide, and our value to the industry and to our members. As Gary mentioned in his opening, AEA has embarked on a strategic planning initiative. This is a tip-to-tail evaluation of everything we do, from the products and services to the markets that we serve. And with your input and vision, the vision of the board of directors, and the help of a special committee, the team at AEA will steer the association in a direction that better prepares us for the future. This strategic plan consists of 5 phases, and we've already completed the first 2, which include surveys and interviews with membership, the industry, the staff, and leaders in our businesses. The next 3 phases, we will develop goals, implement those changes, and refine and analyze our work. We appreciate the feedback you've already given us and look further to more in-depth discussions as we prepare AEA for the future. Part of our mission is to facilitate the communication of our members and provide tools to help their businesses. If you're a regular subscriber to Avionics News, AEA Wired, or our new Amplified podcast, you have access to the latest in general aviation industry news and the best practices of our members. If you follow us on any of our social media platforms, you receive up-to-the-minute information and links to more member and industry insight. I think we all realize just how valuable those tools are in this last year. Another part of our business is to focus on the continuing education of AEA's members. Our training and workforce development initiatives have continued to evolve over the years. We're constantly working with industry to improve our course offerings and keep technical content relevant to what's being seen in the field. We have focused on and invested in improving our training programs and launched our new Aero Learning platform. Aero, which stands for Aviation Education Resources Online, is your portal for regulatory, technical, and business training. Since its launch in January, it has already got 40 courses and nearly 1,000 members have signed up. This will, of course, complement our industry-leading hands-on classroom training that we conduct at our AEA headquarters, which has had nearly 2,000 people pass through since it opened in 2008. We also continue to support the development of avionics technician standards and certifications with ASTM. In fact, this week, we're pleased to welcome back Space Tech Partners, who are here in partnership with ASTM to provide technician certification training, and that is free of charge to everyone in attendance. These tests are being underwritten by the AEA Educational Foundation and will be available Wednesday through Friday. Another product of our work with ASTM is the availability of all their standards to our repair station members, also paid for by the AEA and free of charge. These standards are useful for the continuing airworthiness of the general aviation fleet, and you can check this out at aea.net/ASTM. And finally, we've established a workforce development committee to focus on a better understanding of our industry needs and help build a stronger pipeline of talent. The committee is focused on laying the groundwork for our member companies to recruit and retain the next generation of talent. All of these efforts, along with the recognition from the Department of Labor for our apprentice program, are positive steps in creating the workforce for today and for tomorrow. Stay tuned for more exciting announcements on this topic. As you focus on your own professional development or look to the future to cultivate new talent, we hope you'll find the answers with your membership in AEA. Our team works tirelessly to provide value to our members, and we'll think you see that evidenced here this week. While you're here in the training rooms, the exhibit hall, and the social functions, take advantage of all the learning opportunities, the networking, and of course, the deals on the show floor. Remember to be cautious in your contact, be respectful of fellow members and their decisions regarding health so we can all enjoy a successful show. And now let's take a minute to recognize a few of our outstanding members. Each year, one individual company and one individual in one company is selected by the membership and recognized for their involvement in the AEA, their support of fellow members, and the promotion of general aviation aircraft electronics, and their leadership in the industry. For the individual and the company, the associate member, these are coveted awards, and they're the highest form of recognition from the membership. In 2020, we were not able to recognize these winners due to the cancellation of our show in Nashville. This year, we felt it appropriate to honor these recipients. Please turn your attention to the screen for the AEA Member of the Year Award.
The 2020 AEA Member of the Year is Kevin Misbach of Duncan Aviation in Lincoln, Nebraska. A 38-year employee, Kevin drives Duncan Aviation's components repair services toward new business opportunities with OEMs, government entities, and new product capabilities. With a lifelong interest in aviation, he earned an associate degree in electronic engineering technology from Southeast Community College. Upon graduation in 1982, he began his career as an avionics technician with Lincoln Avionics. At the time, Lincoln Avionics was partly owned by Duncan Aviation and provided avionics support to general aviation aircraft like Cessna 182s and Piper Cherokees. When Lincoln Avionics was liquidated in 1985, Kevin transferred to Duncan Aviation, installing new avionics systems on business aircraft, including Citations and Learjets. He later joined the components repair team, working avionics line and bench maintenance on corporate jets and turboprops of all makes and models. In 1993, Kevin was promoted to NAVCOM team leader, and after 7 years took over as avionics shop supervisor. He spent 15 years moving from the supervisor role to avionics instrument shop manager. Kevin's first introduction to the AEA was at a regional meeting in Lincoln, Nebraska in the early 1980s. Since then, he has taken advantage of training and networking opportunities and has been a regular attendee at the AEA International Convention and Trade Show and the AEA Connect conferences. Kevin met Mary, his wife of 29 years, while working together at Duncan Aviation. Together, they have 3 grown children, Nick, Mallory, and Andy. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Kevin Misbach of Duncan Aviation, the 2020 AEA Member of the Year.
Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Misbach with Duncan Aviation. I've been associated with AEA for several years, and when I was nominated for Member of the Year, I felt like a treat. The crazy part was I had to remind myself of my history in aviation associated with AEA also. But more fun was hearing and reading my competitors for nominees, and every one of us has a great story. If you think about it, AEA is a great association and has helped all of us, and we've grown with AEA all the years we've been around. So winning the AEA Member of the Year, I can't thank everybody enough. All my peers, friends, and the people that I look up to. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, accepting on Kevin's behalf, please welcome Mark Cody, Duncan Aviation.
Good morning. First off, I'd like to thank the AAA and the committee board members for allowing me to accept this on Kevin's behalf. Kevin's home recovering from surgery, and he's incredibly disappointed that he can't be here. He loves these conventions. He loves mingling with all of his friends and his counterparts in the industry, and so he wanted to let you know that he'll be seeing you again next year. So expect to see him back here in New Orleans. Kevin, as you can tell, he's humbled and honored to receive the award, and he wants to tell everyone that in his 30-some years in aviation, that he just really enjoys being around and making all the friends that he has. And again, I'm really honored to be able to accept this award on behalf of Kevin, and thank you very, very much for allowing me to do that today. And Everyone, just have a great show. Thank you very much.
And now, please turn your attention to the screen for the AEA Associate Member of the Year.
The recipient of the 2020 AEA Associate Member of the Year Award is Edmo Distributors. In 1971, avionics shop owners Ed Landsberg and Morris Brown identified the need for a dependable avionics distributor in California. They agreed to form a partnership, and Edmo was born. The company soon became the distributor for IFR Systems, which is now part of Viavi Solutions. During the next 2 decades, Edmo became an important partner for avionics shops and manufacturers throughout the United States and Canada. Wire, cable, and installation supplies were quickly added to the growing list of products and services offered. In 1993, Edmo moved its operation to Spokane, Washington, and within 6 years built its new headquarters. Since then, the company has grown to be a global supplier with customers in more than 180 countries. Always looking for a better way to serve the needs of its valued customers, Edmo opened a warehouse in Nashville, Tennessee in 2017. For nearly 50 years, Edmo has developed robust relationships with aviation's most trusted brands and now represents more than 200 quality manufacturers. The company serves commercial, corporate, military, and general aviation customers in the fixed-wing and rotorcraft markets. To accommodate such a wide customer base, Edmo carries a comprehensive range of products, including aircraft electronics, installation and bench supplies, wire and cable, tooling, test equipment, tactical communication solutions, pilot supplies, and ground support equipment. Edmo has reaped the benefits of AEA membership since joining the association in May 1977. In addition to promoting its brand by advertising in avionics news, the company exhibits and sponsors events at the AEA International Convention and Trade Show and the AEA Connect conferences throughout the year. Edmo's commitment to providing the best service and the largest selection possible has made it a company that customers count on and trust. The company will always stand by its motto, quality and excellence, whatever it takes. That's the Edmo way. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Edmo Distributors, the 2020 AEA Associate Member of the Year.
Crew over there, huh? They're the ones that make it all happen. I just have the opportunity to help guide the ship a little bit, but we just want to thank the association. Thank you to the membership for this kind of recognition. We really do work hard. One of our core values is to dazzle our customers, and that's what this group tries to do every day. So on behalf of myself, the sales team here, our team in Spokane, and our team in Nashville, we just want to say thanks for the recognition. And we're celebrating our 50th anniversary this year, so we're looking forward to another 50 years of success. But thank you again for all of your support and your recognition here.
congratulations once again to Kevin and the team at Edmo. We look forward to recognizing next year's recipients in New Orleans next March. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote address, someone you may be very familiar with. Gene Marks is a former columnist for the New York Times and the Washington Post. He now writes weekly on the economy, business, and technology for The Guardian, The Hill, Washington Times, the Philadelphia Inquirer, Forbes, and Entrepreneur.com. Gene is a certified public accountant. He's the author of 5 books on business management and provides commentary regularly on Fox Business, Fox News, CBS Radio's John Batchelor Show, and the Wharton School Businesses channel on SiriusXM. Gene is also the host of 2 popular business podcasts for The Hartford and for Paychex. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gene Marks.
Appreciate it. Oh. Hey, everybody. Great to speak with you this morning. You know, in the 20-plus years that I have been running a small business and covering businesses around the country, I've always been fascinated by the topic of what makes a business stick around for a long period of time. I mean, you know these companies that you see in your, in your neighborhood. You've seen companies that have just come up here 50 years, in business. You think to yourself, like, what is the magic that these people have? How do they hand down their businesses from generation to generation? How do they stay, in business for as long as they have? And that's always been something that's just been high of mind for me. Now, I speak to thousands of business owners, connect with them, they read my stuff, I see them at conferences, I have lots of clients as well, and I ask them, they're smart people, they're leaders and managers of companies, people that are responsible, like you guys, for the livelihood of the people that are reliant on your decisions. And you know what I found? I've found one specific thing that all of these leaders have in common, including what you guys might agree with today, and it's this. The people that have been in business for as long a period as they've been in business, the ones that have succeeded over time, they are always looking ahead. They are not, if you talk to anybody who's been running a company now for a good decade, 2 decades, 5 decades, these people are not thinking about 2021 so much. 2021 is pretty much behind them. We're grappling with day-to-day issues, I agree, but they are looking forward. Their minds are already on 2022 and 2023. That's the secret. That is what these people are doing to always make sure they're staying in business. And the reason why they're doing that is because they have so many people that are relying on their decisions. The whole reason why you're here today is to get advice and education and guidance and thoughts so that you can make the right decisions, you don't screw things up, because there are so many people around, your employees, your customers, your partners, your suppliers, they are relying on you to stay in business over the next 5 years or 10 years of time. And you can't just be doing that if you're thinking about the next 30 days. You've got to be thinking about the next few years. That's what I'm going to be talking about this morning. Mike told me I've got about 3 hours to speak. Is that okay? Right? Okay, it's good. Just kidding. I have a lot of stuff that I want to share with you guys, all about what people are doing to stay in business. Now, there are some big issues that we are all addressing. What I am going to do now, I'm not going to go over what the background of the issues per se. I want to share with you what the smartest business owners, managers, and leaders are doing in 2021. I am your vessel. I am not that smart. I am a journalist. I'm a business owner. I am asking my clients, I'm asking people in my community, what are you doing to deal with some of these issues? Inflation, supply chain, labor disruption, technology investments. You know what the issues are. What decisions should you make? What actions should you be taking? That's what I want to be sharing with you in the next 45 minutes or so. Now, obviously, we're a big group here, so don't have time really to ask a lot of questions or whatever. I get that, okay? This is my email address. If you have questions for me because I have a lot of stuff to share with you, please email me afterwards. I'm happy to share with you a PDF of this presentation as well. That's no problem. But feel free if you have any questions to come back to me. People do it all the time. Doesn't mean that I can't ask you guys questions, because come on, it's early in the morning. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. We're just waking up, got other things in our mind. This is such important information. I want to make sure it's sticking into your brains. So I'm going to be asking you questions as I go along. The questions aren't that tough. You know, I'll give you an example. Here's one question I like to ask, okay? True, false questions are my favorite. Guys, true or false? In 1969, the Apollo 11 astronauts were actually required to fill out customs forms before returning to Earth. You think that's true or false? Yeah, turns out it's true, right? This is the actual customs form that the astronauts had to fill in. If you take a close look at it, it literally says they left the moon on July 24th, 1960. Right? It's all in perspective, right? It's all immigration issues. They've always been around. It's nothing new. We'll hear a lot about it this year. We've all been there before. Here, let me try another one out on you, okay? How about this one? True or false? In 1974, so that is 3,000-year-old mummy could be flown back to Paris for necessary repairs. The Pharaoh Ramses II was actually issued a valid Egyptian passport. Do you think that's true? Yeah, it is true. This is the passport that was issued. And just kind of unrelated, that's Keith Richards. Just throwing that out there, okay? Well, how about true or false? 10% of Americans think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. Yeah, actually, it's a trick question. It's false. It's 7% of Americans think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows, okay? All right. Let's talk about the first issue of the day, which is inflation. We know some of the background here. Again, we know that prices are going up. We read the news. We get it. We see it. We know what's causing inflation to go up. There are really like 4 big things that are going on that's causing inflation to go up. The first, as mentioned earlier, is labor disruption. This report was from the month before, showing 8 million job openings. We're now up to close to 9 million job openings right now. Obviously, shortage of supply, high demand creates an increase in costs. We're seeing wages and other labor costs go up because of it. That's one factor of inflation, right? I mean, that's common sense. Number 2 is federal spending. Lots of stimulus money being spent. Lots of federal legislation spending money. Right now, our federal deficit right now, our national debt, is close to 140% of our overall gross domestic product, the highest that it's ever been, like ever, okay? So the spending itself is putting a lot more money in circulation. Lots of supply of money out there also decreases the value of the money. Potentially, that's having an upward pressure on inflation. When you look at money reserves out there, this is the M2 money supply. This is the amount of money that's available for banks to lend out. It's liquidity for the system. Our Treasury and Federal Reserve leaders did the right things when the pandemic hit in early 2020. They put lots of liquidity on reserves for banks to lend out. That was the big mistake made in the 1929 depression. But our money reserves have gone up from about 15 trillion in March of 2020 to over 19 trillion today. $4 trillion in money that's available right now for banks to be lending out, financing money in circulation. That increases the supply of money, which has an impact on the inflationary pressures around our currency. And finally, there's just overall demand. This is the Institute of Supply Managers. These are the guys they're an association of purchasing managers, very popular association. They put out their monthly manufacturing index of what purchasing managers are buying. It's the highest level that we have seen since the 1980s. There is a lot of demand for manufacturing goods and obviously a shortage of supply of those goods. We'll get to supply chain in a minute. That's causing what inflation is. Here's the bottom line when it comes to inflation, okay? What the economists that I speak to, and again, I'm not an economist, I just report on it, I write about it, it impacts my business. No one's expecting 1970s era inflation, 10, 15, 20%, whatever we saw back then. We're not expecting that. People are expecting around a 3 to 5% inflation rate this year. It might even be tempered by the end of the year as supply chains start opening up and more people start coming back to work. And I can assure you, our labor problems will not go away, but more people will be coming back to work in the fall. Those unemployment benefits will be running out. People will be feeling a little bit more comfortable going back to their jobs. School teachers will be getting back to school, so kids will as well. All of that will increase our supply of labor, which will have a help on the costs of our labor. But we're going to have a tough summer ahead of us until all that stuff happens. The bottom line is that prices are going up. So what do we do? What do we do in an inflationary era? This is going to be around for the next couple of years. Even in a 3 to 5% inflation range, it's a big impact on what our prices are. It's a big impact on what our budgets are as well. We have to be taking action. So like I said to you earlier, I can only report to you what my clients, what my readers, what all the other business people that I talk to are doing. And in 2021, to counter inflation, this is what people are doing. No silver bullet, but this is what people are doing. For starters, everyone, of course, is revisiting their pricing. This is an opportunity for all of us in the aviation industry where we have really not been able to increase pricing over the past decade or so. A lot of people are taking advantage of that opportunity, communicating with customers. People have been softened to a price increase. Everyone I talk to is revisiting pricing and increasing pricing wherever they can. This is the time to do it while inflation is so high of mind in people's actions. In addition, people are locking in. They're locking in long-term supply agreements with their suppliers. Maybe they're paying a little more upfront. Maybe they're making purchase commitments for the next 3 to 4 years. But at least they put away the uncertainty of potential inflation fluctuations by having a guaranteed commitment and a guaranteed supply in a long-term supply agreement. They are locking in long-term employment agreements. They are talking to their key managers, their executives, the people that are costing them the most, and they're updating their employment agreements to make sure that they have locked in. So again, it takes away that uncertainty. They are refinancing because right now interest rates remain at a historical low. The Federal Reserve, again, is pushing off on increasing interest rates for the foreseeable future. So they're taking whatever short-term debt they have right now, converting it into long-term debt. Why? Because interest rates will eventually go up. So why have to deal with that uncertainty when we can lock in longer-term rates and longer-term financing and put that uncertainty behind us? And they are also locking in long-term lease agreements. The real estate industry was shook by the pandemic. They believe that everybody's going to be working from home. Everybody's not going to be working from home, but don't tell them that. It's a really great opportunity to renegotiate what your leases are. This is what my clients are doing, right? They are going back to their landlord saying, you know what, you can relax. We'll be here for another 5 years. However, we want to fix our rentals for the next 5 years, so we're not exposed to any inflationary increases. That is what they're doing. They're also doing this. They're not buying stocks. They're not investing in GameStop. They're not putting money in cryptocurrencies. Just want to be clear, okay? The smartest people that I talk to, they put their money where they know what they're doing, and that's in their own business. It is a great time right now to buy the materials, to buy the parts, to buy the inventory, and even to buy property right now, because that's what you know. That's your business. Don't give your money to Jeff Bezos and rely on Amazon to do the right things with your money. Put it into your own assets, your own property, so that you're investing in your own business. Again, that's what people are doing. And by the way, if you're looking for money, be aware of this little secret. The Small Business Administration has a loan forgiveness program. It makes no difference whether you were impacted by COVID or not. So there's no eligibility requirements other than just being eligible for the loan. Go to an SBA lender if you're looking for financing this year. If you get a 7A or a 504 loan, you can borrow up to $5 million for working capital, for inventory, for property, to buy out a competitor if you want. Your first 3 months of principal and interest on these loans completely forgiven. Completely forgiven. Not only that, if you guys have an existing 7A or 504 loan already and you haven't been told this, go back to your lender. They will forgive your next 3 months of principal and interest. This is thanks to one of the stimulus bills. You don't have to show revenue loss. You don't have to show employee loss. None of that stuff. It's just anybody that's eligible for one of these loans through the normal due diligence process can get forgiveness on these loans, and that will help finance a lot of the stuff that I just talked about. Guys, there's no silver bullet. That is what business owners are doing right now to counteract inflation. They're putting uncertainties behind them so they can run their business without having to worry about that, okay? All right, so let's see what we've learned, shall we? True or false, most economists expect inflation to rise to 10% in 2 years. It's false, right? Okay, right? It's only like 3 to 5% is what most economists are agreeing, and I think that makes perfect sense. So no reason to panic, but certainly reason to take some actions. True or false? Locking in long-term supply contracts is one way to counter potential inflation. Yeah, that's true. So supply contracts, employment contracts, leasing contracts, financing contracts, everyone I know is trying to lock it in. Not that they're going to pay a little bit more, because they probably will, but it's to avoid that uncertainty, because we run businesses, we hate uncertainty, right? So let's put that behind us and have those long-term agreements. True or false, up until 1915, it was legal to mail a baby as long as he or she was under 15 pounds. Turns out it's false. They had to be under 11 pounds, and you can mail a baby before 1915, right? True or false? The diploma on the wall in Michael Scott's office was from the University of Scranton. It's false. It's just a certificate of authenticity that he's the proud owner of a quality Seiko timepiece. This is on his wall. Well, like every episode of The Office. And true or false, this dog is a lot more entertaining than talking about inflation, am I right? I mean, you can watch this dog all day. Already you're getting bored with some of the things that I'm talking about, I'm sure. But to no matter, we're going to go on. Here's what we've learned so far. To counter inflation, lock it in those major agreements, revisit your pricing. Now let's go to the next topic that's very high of mind, supply chain. Now, yes, we're aware of the supply chain issues, big manufacturing demand, lots of holdup. You can't just turn off the world's biggest economy for a year, basically, and then just turn it back on again and expect everything to get back to normal right away. That's just not going to happen, and it didn't happen. So right now, we're all experiencing these problems. Let me tell you something. They will work themselves out. Okay, eventually these supply chain issues will go away. There was 2 months ago a 20-day wait for cargo ships off the coast of the West Coast ports. It is now down to 4 days. Their biggest issue, of course, is not getting the cargo ships in. It's finding enough people to unload these cargo ships and put them on trucks and railroads to get them out to people. But okay, that's another headache altogether. In the end, these supply chain issues will be working itself out, but it's going to take a good 6 months or so, probably, because it's not going to happen automatically. Well, you don't want to hear that. You want answers. You have supply chain problems. What do you do? Well, like earlier, I can tell you that there's no silver bullet to solving them for you. All I can do is just share with you what other business leaders and executives around the country are doing right now to mitigate their supply chain issues. They cannot just wave a wand and conjure up product for themselves. They have to take other steps. So let me tell you about some basics about what they're doing. Everyone that's smart that I'm talking to are getting their arms around their inventory. Because when you think about it, how can you even address your supply chain issues when you don't even know what your own supply is? So what a lot of my clients are doing right now are they're counting their inventory. They're taking a big physical counts, and then they're establishing what their high-moving inventory items are, and we all know what they are. We all know that 20% of our inventory is driving 80% of our sales. So for those 20% of those high-moving items, they're cycle counting them. I'm an accountant here talking to you now. Every week, they're recounting this inventory to make sure they have got their arms around their supply, so they know what they have on hand before they have to know what they got to order next. So if you haven't addressed your inventory, now is the time to do so. The second thing many of my clients are doing right now is they're getting these SBA loans, these 7A and 504 loans. They're taking advantage of, some of them did have good years, like some of you in here as well. They're investing in technology. Labor costs are high. Labor benefits are high. Labor headaches are high dealing with people. Machines don't need health insurance, nor do they complain or they argue for more time off or to work from home. So a lot of business owners are investing and reinvesting in technologies for their warehouses and their production floors, and the cost of these technologies have dropped considerably. You must consider this year RFID, radio frequency ID tags. You can Google them. Email me. I am happy to recommend a few great providers of them. Trust me, they work with your accounting system now. They're labels and stickers that you put on, and when they're implemented, boom, you don't even have to do cycle counts. You get automatic inventory just by putting in the effort to make sure you're tagging everything. A lot of people, of course, are doubling down on barcoding this year. This is the year to do it because it's all about supply. Many others are putting in GPS systems around. I see Garmin is one of the sponsors here. Other companies like them that GPS their factories, their warehouses. It's because they got to know where their inventory is and where their supply is. In addition, I am seeing clients with autonomous vehicles running around their warehouses. Remember we heard about the driverless cars from Uber and this and that? Well, trust me, that's still ways off in the future. These from VFetch are about $10,000 a unit. You stack them up with stuff that once they map out, they're like a Roomba for your warehouse, except they're carrying around your product around. Think about the people, the time that's saving, the people effort that's being saved by having autonomous vehicles going around, relatively inexpensive. Other of my clients are investing in drones for their warehouses. This is the drone. Again, I can send you recommendations again about $10,000 for a drone. They not only can carry stuff high up, they're equipped with video. They can check for safety. They can check for inventory levels. All of it is about productivity and saving time. Boston Dynamics just last month introduced their Stretch robot. This robot does assembly, packaging, moves around individual packages and entire pallets of goods, pre-programmed. One person can operate half a dozen of these Stretch robots at a time. $75,000 for a Stretch robot. Not $1 million, $75,000. Think about the savings if you invest in one of these robots in your, and I'm only telling, this is not the future. I have clients that are like buying this stuff right now. So technology is a big, big way that people are getting their arms around their inventory and their supply chain. Others, when we're talking about supply chain, you're only concerned about supply chain issues because you're getting yelled at by your customers. So the way to try to avoid getting yelled at by your customers is to make sure that you are communicating to them lead times and status as best as you can. And the best way to do that is to build a simple web portal. I don't care if you're using QuickBooks, if you're using Dynamics, if you're using Sage, or any of the other great accounting systems that are out there. They all give you the ability for a few $1,000s to create a portal on your website where a customer can simply type in their customer ID and boom, get a status of all their orders, the data right from their system, just theirs. That way you've got customers, instead of bothering your customer service people or yelling at people because they're not getting their, they can check on the status of things right away, and that's been a really big help to a lot of customers of mine. Obviously demanding more supplier transparency. And finally is also sourcing alternatives, right? Thomson has been a great source even in this industry, and India. Keep an eye on India once the COVID is behind them, and they do have a ways to go. It will ultimately emerge. It is the fastest growing trading partner for the US in the past decade. It is the world's largest democracy, the world's largest English-speaking country, and a great alternative to China. So we are seeing a lot of interest among companies buying and selling with partners and India. Guys, no silver bullet, but that's what those steps people are taking this year to navigate our way around these supply chain issues until ultimately the supply chain itself works itself out. So, having said that, try to get the clicker to work here. True or false? Companies should be doing a complete physical inventory account monthly, every month, a full physical. Is that true or false? Yeah, it's false, okay? You want to do a big physical count, you've got to get your arms around your inventory now. But after that, cycle count, just your high turnover items. How about this, true or false? RFID, GPS tools, critical for tracking inventory. True. This is the time that you want to be investing in those types of technologies to make sure that you've got your arms completely around what your inventory is so that you can be properly tracking it as well. True or false? Arizona Diamondbacks pitcher Randy Johnson once hit a bird in flight while pitching in a game. Yeah, now that's true. That we know. Guys, if you haven't seen this already, just to kind of give you an idea, this is actually what happened. He actually hit a bird. This poor bird was like just hanging out, making his way to the men's room or something, and just got in the way of. Listen, Randy Johnson, you guys know Randy Johnson, right? So lights out pitcher for the Diamondbacks, fantastic, the World Series winner, Cy Young Award winner. The guy was like a first-round Hall of Famer as well when he retired. Not sure if you do know this or not, but he was also a big photo enthusiast as well, so he's a big hobbyist. When he retired from baseball, he opened up his own photo business, and no joke, that's his business card for his photo business. It just happens. Just I don't know. I mean, I would have had like a MLB logo or something. That's what he's about. And true or false? There's actually a dog hiding in this leaf pile. Do you think that's true or false? Yeah, it is true. And just in case you didn't believe me, okay, there he is. He's right there. Right? Is it? He's hiding in that leaf pile the entire time. All right. Here's what we learned. To combat inflation, you're locking in your long-term agreements. For supply chain, no silver bullet here, but this is what I'm seeing my clients do. They're getting their arms around inventory. They're communicating their lead times with customers by having portals, very inexpensive to do. Shoring up their vendor relationships, evaluating alternative suppliers, and of course, investing in technology. Now is the year to make those technology investments because I'm telling you, they will pay off in the long term, not just in better data about your inventory, but so much better production and productivity in your warehouses. And it really is all about keeping labor costs low, which brings me to my next topic, and that has to be labor. Now, does anybody know who this guy is? You guys recognize this guy? This guy is Marty Walsh. Marty Walsh was the mayor of Boston. He was a former House Assemblyman for State House Rep in Massachusetts, a longtime member of unions, and was the president of a large local union in the Boston area. He is now our Secretary of Labor. And just to put aside any questions you might have, no, he did not appear in The Departed, okay? That is a complete myth. He had nothing to do with that movie whatsoever. He is, though, our Secretary of Labor. And he is going to have a big impact on our businesses over the next couple of years because there are some labor initiatives that are happening in DC that are going to put some pressure on our costs. So let me explain to you what some of those initiatives are. The first is minimum wage. Now, we know the debate carries on about minimum wage, whether it should be increased to $15 an hour or not. Big Democratic support, not as much support among Republicans. Just last week, I interviewed Rand Paul about this. He's of the opinion that increasing minimum wage is not fair to business owners in Kentucky compared to the same business owner in Los Angeles. It should be more of a local issue. And in the same piece that I wrote, I interviewed Cory Booker, who says, no, increasing the minimum wage will have a positive impact on wages for everybody across the country and will help not only people have an affordable living, but also spend more money as consumers. The bottom line is that nobody knows. Nobody knows the right answer about minimum wages. I looked at 6 studies, all of them conflicting with each other, whether or not it contributes or doesn't contribute to job loss and increased wages overall for our employees. But that's of no concern to us. Here's what the concern is. There is a movement to increase the minimum wage. It is not going to see $15 an hour, but there is a lot of bipartisan appetite, depending on what else is included, to increase it to a level of about $11 to $12 an hour nationally. And I will come back here in 2 years to see if I am right, because my prediction is before the midterms, we will see an increase in the national minimum wage to somewhere between $11 to $12 an hour. Now, you might be from many of the states here that are already paying, have a minimum wage higher than that. Or maybe you're paying your people significantly more than that. But just be aware. If the minimum wage goes up nationally to $12 an hour, that puts an upward pressure on all wages, right? Because you got somebody that's making, I don't know, 16 bucks an hour now in your factory, and that's more than twice the national minimum wage. All of a sudden, an entry-level person can get 12 bucks an hour and they're still making 16. What do you think that person's gonna say, right? I need more, right, to keep it equitable. So keep an eye out on this increase in minimum wages, because I think it will happen nationally, and it will have that upward pressure on all wages. One thing that I definitely expect to see is an increase in overtime wages. Right now, if you have anybody in your company that's making more than about $35,000 a year and they're salaried and they're not supervising anybody, you don't have to pay them overtime. It's all good. Well, Secretary Walsh is going to change that. That number is going to go up to $47,000 a year, which means that same person now, if they're making less than $47,000 a year, again, they're salaried, they're not supervising anybody. I'm talking about a customer service person, somebody, again, in your factory or your warehouse. You're going to have to pay that person overtime if they work one more hour than 40 in a week. And let me tell you something. The Department of Labor isn't going to go and audit you and find you, but if that person works overtime and you're not paying that person overtime, you think that person might report you to the Department of Labor? Yeah, that's probably going to happen. And that's not the kind of PR that you want to have. So overtime wages will be going up. We have to evaluate our workers that are making up to $47,000 and take some steps. Maybe we increase their wages. Maybe we make them hourly workers. Maybe we give them some supervisory responsibilities. You should be making that list, because that time is coming very shortly. The PRO Act will have an enormous impact on this industry. It passed the House of Representatives 2 months ago. It's stuck in the Senate, but it's part of the President's American Rescue, American Family Plan, the infrastructure program that is proposed. There's two big things with the PRO Act you must be aware of. Number one, it makes it much easier for people to organize unions in your business. They can have union activities during the day. They can do union stuff. They're allowed to do it even during work time. And they can partially unionize in your business as well. So the PRO Act, from a union standpoint, very pro-union. The second big issue has to do with 1099 workers. This is following legislation in California. If you, like I, have a 1099 worker that you're billing out to a customer, like for example, you've got somebody that's providing maintenance services or installation services or some kind of technical support or training services, and I don't know, they charge you 50 bucks an hour and you turn around and you charge the customer 100 bucks an hour, under the PRO Act, that person would need to be classified as an employee, which means they would be entitled to your benefit plans. They would be entitled to payroll taxes as well. That's all part of the PRO Act. So keep close attention to that as well, because it could have an impact on how you're handling your independent contractors. And finally, OSHA and workplace rules are coming. The president has proposed approximately 15% increase in budget for both OSHA and other workplace areas within the government, and they are right now writing up post-COVID rules for workplace safety. It's not been given a lot of attention over the past few years. There's going to be a lot of attention given. These four things alone, driven by the Department of Labor, are going to put pressure on our labor costs over the next couple of years. So naturally you say to me, okay, well, thanks for telling me all of that. So what do we do? And I'm just trying to move to here we go. So what do we do, right? What action we can take? Well, let me share with you what my clients are doing right now and what my readers are doing to keep their labor costs at a minimum. Now, I told you before about investing in technologies. That's certainly something that's out there, so I won't mention that here. But number one, most of them are budgeting for 2021, if you haven't already, about a 2.5% salary increase. Right now, inflation, because that 3% number is there, according to Korn Ferry, big HR consultants, 2.5% salary increase is what they're budgeting. Number two, they're reassessing their overtime workers. Like I said before, make that list of people making less than $47,000 a year that are salaried, that are not supervising anybody, because they're going to cost you more. Can you change their compensation or or make other adjustments to them that might save you some money. Number 3, they are hiring outside consultants, going back to their insurance companies and getting safety reviews of their plan. When was the last time you brought your insurance company into your workplace to take a walk around and make recommendations for improving safety? They have a vested interest in it, so do you, because those new OSHA rules and reporting rules are going to be coming. They're getting outside HR consulting help because let's face it, I mean, can I admit this to you? I don't know. I can't keep up with all of the diversity and the inclusion and discrimination and harassment and all the training and all the and it's important stuff for my employees, but what the heck do I know, right? So, we hire an outside person for a few $1,000 to review all of our employee policies and make recommendations to make sure that we are running a safe and diverse and also an equitable workplace. I'm just telling you, people are investing in that. And they are leveraging these 2 giant credits that you need to be leveraging this year. And if you haven't talked to your accountants about this, you need to do so now. The first is the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. It is a credit against your income taxes. It was extended to 2025 because of the stimulus. And you know how much it is? It's up to $9,600 against your income taxes for any new employee you hire that's out of prison, that's off of welfare, or have been unemployed for more than 6 months. And they're all coming off the unemployment rolls this fall. You can get a credit. And as you're competing for these employees, let me give you a bit of advice. Before you hire that employee, call up your accountant, tell them about what you're going to be offering the employee, have the accountant run the numbers. He or she will calculate the value of that credit. They'll come back and say, yep, you're entitled to a $5,000 credit for that employee. Great. Go back to that prospective employee and say, hey, you come and work from us, we'll give you a $2,500 hiring bonus. You're still ahead $2,500. So take proactive moves with this Work Opportunity Tax Credit. It's like this hidden bonus for small businesses to get cash back for hiring people and to help you offer those hiring bonuses to do that. Number 2, the Employee Retention Tax Credit. I just want to be clear. In 2020, in any quarter, if you were made to send your people home, if you were partially shut down, just partially shut down, or fully shut down, you're eligible for both 2020 and 2021, any quarter. Even if that didn't happen, if your revenues declined 20% any quarter this year compared to the same quarter in 2019, you're eligible. This credit is up to I'm not kidding here, $28,000 annually per employee if you're eligible. You take it against your payroll taxes that you've paid or you owe, and if the credit is bigger than your payroll taxes, you get the money back in cash from the government. It's crazy. So it's cash back from the government. It was, again, part of the stimulus plan. And if you didn't take advantage of this in 2020 or 2021, you can go back and amend those payroll tax returns and get the money back. Talk to your accountant about the Employee Retention Tax Credit. Better yet, if you've got a good payroll company, ADP, Paychex, one of those, they're all offering these services to do this for you, and they've got your numbers. Go and run and take advantage of these 2 credits this year. It will put a bunch of money in your pocket. Okay, true or false? Minimum wage will likely increase nationally in the next 2 years. Yeah, I think it will. That's my prediction. True or false? The Employee Retention Tax Credit expires this year. True, it expires this year. However, true or false, there we go. The Work Opportunity Tax Credit expires this year. False, that expires in 2025. So you can take advantage of that hiring credit for the next few years, which is really good. And true or false, cutting tennis balls in half saves space. It absolutely does. Just my advice for you guys, if you ever, right, you're just carrying all those balls around, just cut them in half, you can certainly save a lot of space. True or false? Right, darn it. True or false? Thanks to reruns, each member of the Friends cast makes $2 million per year. It's actually false. They make $20 million a year, each of them. Each cast member of Friends makes $20 million a year from syndication. We are all in the wrong business, you know. And finally, true or false? Viagra makes flowers stand up straight. Is that true? False? Turns out it's true. According to The Guardian, you add a little Viagra, it gives plants a lift, it says. It actually makes it stand up straight. I mean, it's incredible. Just look for yourself. It's really fantastic. It's amazing. Okay, so to combat potential inflation, you're locking in those long-term agreements. You're minimizing your supply chain issues by taking different things. To counter rising labor costs, leveraging technology, budgeting for salary and overtime increases, engaging those outside consultants. Okay, in the last few minutes that I have, I just want to make sure I'm not putting you guys to sleep. You guys good? Because I just want to make, right, we're all paying attention. I know, we're talking about labor and inflation and, just, we're good, right? So, right? Okay, so we're all up. Okay, that's good, okay? So let's talk about hiring, okay? We're all out there scrambling for employees, desperate to get good people. Well, listen, you got to pay, right? Right? High demand, low supply, right? That's going to go on, past the fall. It's going to get better in the fall, but it's going to continue on. Let me just share with you guys the 6 hot benefits that I'm seeing in 2021. This is just, again, from everybody, like this whole presentation, I'm just communicating to you what I've learned from all these other smarter people than me out there running their businesses. These are the hot benefits, okay? Obviously, everybody's offering health care. Not a lot to be said there, although health savings accounts, if you don't have one of those already, got to make sure that you've got them. Very, very popular. Retirement. The SECURE Act passed in 2019, went into effect in 2020, got no notice because of COVID. Just to make sure with the SECURE Act, if you start a new 401k plan and you've got less than 100 employees, the government will give you $5,000 for doing it. We'll just give you $5,000, like through a tax credit for starting up a new 401k plan. So if you don't have a 401k plan, come on, it's time to do that. And the more your employees contribute, the more you can contribute. If you have an existing 401k plan, listen to this. Make it automatic enrollment. Your employees can still opt out. You get a $500 a year tax credit for 3 years. The government will give you $1,500 just for making your 401k plan automatic enrollment. And if you've got a 401k plan now, talk to one of those large payroll companies. Again, I mentioned Paychex, ADP. They're pulling employees to lower the costs. So that's also allowed by the SECURE Act. Big benefits for retirement. Work from anywhere and work from home. Come on, can we all just admit those darn millennials were right, okay? They were right. They've been telling us for years we should be working from home. We should be more independent. And how dare these people want to be spending more time with their families instead of in our offices with us? Who do they think they are? Well, as it turns out, the pandemic comes along, and they were right. We were all forced to send people home, and everything worked. The cloud worked. People got along. Work from home right now is a required benefit. I realize that half the small business owners in this country are over the age of 51. That is the truth. However, we have got to come around to the needs of a younger generation. You've got to be offering health care. You've got to be offering retirement. And for those employees that can, you have to be offering some type of work from home arrangement. Very important. Unlimited paid time off. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I know I get the eye roll every time I bring this up. Number one, it is a hugely requested benefit. Number two, the people that are requesting it aren't taking it. Studies are showing they're taking 15% less vacation when they have unlimited paid time off. It's like a psychological thing or something. Number three, if you offer an unlimited paid time off plan, you don't have to pay when somebody leaves your company unused vacation. How do you calculate unused vacation in an unlimited paid time off plan? So you don't have to do that either. You don't have to offer it to everybody. You can offer it to middle or senior managers. You don't have to allow people to take time off unless a supervisor approves it. You don't even have to allow people to participate in an unlimited PTO plan until they've been working for you for 2 years. You can do all that flexibility. You can have multiple vacation plans, but I'm telling you, when you're competing for that great employee and he or she is sitting across from you and you're like, hey, we do unlimited paid time off here. You work for us for a year. Look at that benefit. That could be the difference to attracting that employee to your business. Student debt assistance, we have an entire generation of workers buried under student debt, so more employers are stepping up. As part of the stimulus program through 2025, you kick in up to $5,000 for student debt to help an employee repay their student loans. You get a tax deduction for doing it, and they don't get taxed for doing it. So how great is that? Hey, yeah, you work for us for a year. We help pay down $1,000, $2,000 a year in your student debt. Thank you so much. And you get tax benefits for doing that thanks to the stimulus programs. Finally, and this is like the worst, same-day pay is phenomenally growing, I'm seeing among my clients. People pay, it's by the hour. They get 50% of their pay on the day that they do the work, and the other 50% at the end of the payroll period. And before you groan and moan, come on, you pay your babysitter, right, when they work, right? The kid that mows your lawn, you pay them when they mow your lawn. What's the difference, right? More and more companies are doing this, and again, you're competing for that great employee. He or she's sitting across you saying, hey, you come to work from us, we'll pay you 50% every day that you work, and the other 50% later, you get the cash right away. That's a great drawing part to attract that good employee. This is the stuff, I'm just saying, this is what people are doing right now in 2021 that you've got to consider if you want to be competitive. Okay, let's wrap things up. True or false, unlimited paid time off can actually save employers money. Right? You don't have to pay for unused vacation. Employees tend to take less time off as well. I mean, there's all sorts of benefits for offering, plus it can help attract those great employees. So that is true. True or false? Student loan assistance is falling in popularity as an employee benefit. False, right? It is increasing in popularity. True or false? The Secure Act addresses health care. How close were we listening? It's false. It's retirement plans, right? 401k plans, $5,000 to start up a new retirement plan, or $1,500 just to make it automatic enrollment. And true or false, there's nothing more touching than the loving relationship between sisters. Yes, of course, we know that that is completely true. And true or false, according to the Journal of Microbiology, 80% of fast food drink dispensers contain fecal matter. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. It's only 50%. It's false. Okay, people say, oh my God, 80%. I'm so worried. That's really upsetting. It's only 50%. Okay, so let's recap, and then I'm out of here. To combat inflation, lock things down. Supply agreements, lease agreements, finance agreements, employee agreements as well, and revisit your pricing. To combat supply chain issues, know your supply. Count your inventory. Invest in inventory warehouse technology. Shore up those vendor relationships. Get those SBA loans with all the forgiveness. You're entitled to it. Update your warehouses now so you're not going to have to worry about this in the future as much. To counter rising labor costs, again, invest in that technology. Budget for salary increases. Engage outside consultants. Take advantage of those tax credits. The work opportunity tax credit, the employee retention tax credit. Finally, health insurance, retirement, work from anywhere, unlimited PTO, team building, same-day pay. These are the big benefits of 2021. Adopt them all, adopt a few. You're gonna need to adopt some because that's the way that you can stay competitive in this tight labor market. I just have a new book that just came out. It's available on Amazon, but I'm happy to send it to you for free, an ebook. It's just called Cash Flow for Small Businesses, and it's a whole bunch of thoughts and advice on managing and getting your arms around your money management in your small business. So feel free to email me. I'm more than happy to send you a full PDF of it, no charge, as well as this presentation as well. So, true or false, you are much smarter than you were a mere 60 minutes ago. Yes, that is true. I want to thank you very much. Again, that's where you can email me. Remember, just my final takeaway before I get off the stage here, the smartest business owners that I meet, they're always thinking ahead. Hopefully 2021 is mostly under control. You are making investments and spending and hiring decisions for 2022, 2023. That's what the smart people are doing right now. I hope you guys are doing the same. I'm done. Thank you very much.
Please Please welcome David Salvador, Aftermarket Channel Vice President for GoGo Business Aviation, the proud sponsor of today's opening session and new product introductions.
Well, good morning, industry friends. Good morning. Good morning, industry friends. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dave Salvador, and myself, along with the entire GoGo team, are very excited to be here to open new product introductions and to welcome everyone back to the first in-person industry show in over 15 months. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Some of the best people that I know are here in Dallas this week, and if you allow me, I'd like to shake some hands, I'd like to get some hugs, and I'd like to reconnect. But first, what's very important is I think we need to recognize the amazing efforts of the Aircraft Electronics Association staff. If it wasn't for their leadership and their vision, this show would not have happened. So if we could we have the AEA staff please stand up? And have everyone in the audience please stand up because you've been sitting for a while. And let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. And we also must recognize the board of directors, which I've had the honor of being part of for many years. Under the leadership of Gary Joyce, the board of directors, could we have them please stand up and let's recognize them for their amazing volunteerism, the dedication to you, the members, and of course, the efforts to make our industry better. Thank you. So the pandemic, it truly has and continues to change the world. Globally speaking, there's been a huge impact to our industry. Some businesses, some companies went out of business. Some companies had to endure furloughs. Some companies had to do layoffs. And then some members, or some employees, some colleagues, some families and friends have lost the battle to COVID-19. And if you have lost a family member, a loved one, or a colleague, on behalf of the GoGo team, our heart goes out to you. The pandemic has affected everyone in this room in one way or another. And as we start to return to a life of somewhat normal here in the U.S., we need to remember that in other parts of the globe, there's countries that are still in the throes of this pandemic. And places like India or Brazil or other parts of the country, we wish for them for a very speedy recovery and for their lives to get back to a state of normal. Whoa. I didn't do it, Aaron. I'll stop. Go back, please. One more. There we go. So one interesting development that has come out of the pandemic is really the rise in the demand for connectivity. In some cases, we're seeing increases demand of over 20% or more for passengers in flights year over year. And despite the pandemic effect or the COVID effect, here, let me speak generally speaking around some statistics. Individuals are consuming more than double the megabytes per flight than they were in 2014. Data usage is actually tripled from 100 megabytes per flight to about 300 megabytes per flight. In 2011, only 4% of the overall addressable market for business aviation had GoGo connected aircraft. That's now 28% in 2021. And finally, there's an average of 9 devices that are connected per flight, which is up 80% from 2015. So the needs of our passengers and our people that use in-flight connectivity really are increasing year over year. This is a quote from one of our customers, and what they speak to around is the need, since the pandemic has been going on, of video conferencing. And by a show of hands, how many people heard of Zoom 2 years ago? Do you realize they started business in 2011? They came into business in April 2011. So the need for streaming and video conferencing is huge. In 2019, when we were together in Palm Springs, we talked about the effect that our new product, our new platform, the Advanced platform, has had in as our partners, the amount of aircraft that we've connected together. And what I'd like to do is we have a little video and give you an update of where we are today in 2021. Play the video, Aaron. Productivity, efficiency, and quality of life. On Monday, we did press yesterday about we've reached the 2,000 aircraft that has been connected with Gogo Avance. And we've done that together with our partners from the AEA in less than 4 years. The press also spoke about, and you saw the numbers in the video around, there's been over 600,000 flights in less than 4 years on the aircraft that we connected together with the Gogo Avance system, which is tremendous. So you think about the return on investment for the aircraft owners and operators that have invested in those products. And also consider the profitability and the business that we've done together in that short period of time and connected that many aircraft. So you'd be surprised that some of the things that are really driving data consumption, cloud storage is a huge aspect of it, moving large files back and forth between the cloud. Web browsing, that uses about 60 megabytes per hour to load the compelling content that comes around the web browsing that folks are doing online. And then, of course, streaming services. Gogo recently announced an unlimited streaming plan, and that was based on the demand for predictability in the cost of data, and that can use up to 1 gigabyte per hour. And then lastly, social media. Productivity, efficiency, and quality of life. I'm a big advocate of that in our social media posts, and you'll see that if you use LinkedIn, and I'd love to connect with you if you've not done that. I think LinkedIn is a great resource. So what does this all mean for the future of business aviation? In-flight connectivity providers like Gogo, we have a requirement to continually update and develop our networks for deployment. And that need and that requirement for us to do that is based on the demand. Let's face it, the things that you want to do on the ground, our passengers and our crews in the air want to do the same thing. And that all depends on the network and how it adapts to the growing demand. So how is Gogo doing all that? You may have heard of Gogo 5G, which we introduced recently. Gogo 5G is a true 5G system, and the network that we are deploying will have the lowest latency, the fastest connectivity, and it is solely dedicated to aviation. So when you look at a 5G system, it has to be 100% end-to-end 5G. And what I mean by that is, first of all, the hardware that we build for the aircraft has to have a 5G air card in there. The antenna that will go on the aircraft, that has to have an element of 5G in the antenna. Our ground radios, also the infrastructure on the ground must have 5G. And then finally, the data centers must have core 5G servers in them. Now, is Gogo doing this alone? No, we have some tremendous partners that we've lined up. Airspan is handling the infrastructure on the ground, the network. First RF Corporation is designing the antenna with us, and then Cisco is handling the data centers on the ground. Again, it's important when you deliver a 5G experience to an aircraft, it must be 100% 5G end-to-end. So the countdown to launch is on for us, and our development cycles have been going tremendously fast, which is a good thing. We have the hardware, which I want to introduce you to the 5G antenna. So for AVANCE, the AVANCE L5, this is the antenna that goes on the belly of the aircraft that I mentioned. There's over 2,000 AVANCE systems. Over 1,000 of those systems that we've installed as partners have this dual directional antenna on the belly of the aircraft. It's also the acronym of DDA. We've designed the 5G antenna, which this is a real one. This will replace the antenna on the belly of the aircraft. And then the path to 5G is the AVANCE L5, which has been installed on over 1,000 aircraft, so we have an upgrade capability for those. And this is our 5G LRU, which is already been designed and built. So we are very far along as it relates to the hardware. We also have deployed our first 5G tower, and I forgot my clicker. And we're hitting these milestones in our development process, and we're very excited about it. In fact, let's meet Alex Uribe, who is our Director of Network Deployment and Operations. He'll give us a little update on the first tower that we've installed 5G on. Can we run that video?
Thanks, Dave. Hello, everybody at the AEA convention. I'm pleased to give you a 5G update as we get ready to do some prototype testing at a site in Nebraska. We're also looking forward to deploying our testbed network coming this fall in 2021, and then rolling rapidly right into our full 5G deployment in 2022. So what we're doing in Nebraska is we've received our first 2 prototype antennas of our 5G system. What we're going to do is hang those antennas on a tower. We're going to test out our mounting hardware, our construction processes, and once all of that's in place, we're going to fly an aircraft overhead and transmit a signal to the aircraft and validate our antenna patterns. It's a very exciting test. We're looking forward to the results and given the go-ahead to move forward with our deployment. We can take our 14 years of experience in operating an air-to-ground network and take all the lessons that we've learned over that time, whether from our operations, from our construction, from our engineering, from all aspects of serving aircraft with an air-to-ground network. Gogo stands in a great position to launch this 5G service for air-to-ground. Thank you, everybody.
Alex and his team, they're a bunch of Rambos. You wouldn't believe some of the things that they do, climbing towers and putting up networks in parts of the country. You'd really be amazed, and they're a neat group of folks. I mentioned milestones, and in our quest to bring 5G to market, which, by the way, is our 4th network that our company has launched. 29 years ago, a small startup company named Aircell became the first, got their AEA membership 29 years ago, this coming November. And in that time, we've launched 4 networks, and it's an amazing feat, and I couldn't be more proud to be part of this company. But in our milestones for 5G, we've already done an end-to-end data call, which means we've taken a 5G SIM card, we've connected through the antennas to the antenna on the towers, down through the ground stations, out to the internet, and then the reverse path back. We've done that already. The other thing we've done is we have a Beechcraft Baron that we've done test flights on, where we've done coast-to-coast traveling with this aircraft to test noise signals and actually look at where we're going to place the rest of our towers in our network. And we have a short video on that too, if we could run that video. So on the video, you saw that it speaks to the 5G experiences delivered with 64 megahertz of spectrum. And what that compiled of is the 4 megahertz that we currently operate our network on is dedicated in licensed frequency spectrum for business aviation that Gogo has. And then there's the 60 megahertz of spectrum, which drive the rest of it. And as we're rolling out this network, one thing to keep in mind is we won't launch the network until we have a full nationwide coverage on it. And that will be our initial coverage. We will be building out basically our test site the remainder of this year, and then come the first half of 2022, rolling out the rest of the network, which then we will go into service in the late part of 2022. So we're very excited to bring 5G to market. And as I mentioned earlier, the 1,000+ Avance L5 equipped aircraft that we as partners have installed together, that is the path to 5G. So I showed you the new antenna that will replace the existing Avance L5 antenna, the new LRU that will interface with the existing Avance L5 LRU. And we'd love to have you come by our booth, which is 307, get a chance to reconnect. Maybe I could get that hug that I was asking for at the beginning of the presentation. But thank you, and let's begin 2021's new product introductions.
Good morning. I'm Peter Campbell, Vice President of Engineering for PS Engineering. On behalf of our entire team, I'd just like to thank you, our dealers and customers, for your continued support, especially over this past year. As many of you know, we've been really busy over the last year working on our family of digital audio solutions for special mission and business operators, and we're pleased to announce the newest member of that product family today, the PAC45L. This is the first controller we've released that's specifically designed for business aviation. It supports 3 comms and 8 receivers, which can be managed with easy-to-use volume selection knobs and a master volume control. It also supports 5 unswitched inputs, a SATCOM interface, a stereo entertainment input, and a Bluetooth audio interface. The PAC45L also supports 2 crew and 7 passengers in a standard configuration, and can be expanded to accommodate as many as 4 crew and 10 passengers, all with our IntelliVox auto squelch. PAC45L also supports voice and ident filtering on nav aid receivers. All comms get our multi-talker processing, which makes it much easier to understand multiple radio calls simultaneously. And the PAC45L provides native support for oxygen masks, both during fail-safe and normal operation. The PAC45L also features our integrated warning generator system with up to 9 different warnings that can be easily configured in the field. When powered independently, the warnings will also continue to operate in fail-safe. For seamless cockpit integration, custom channel labeling is available from the factory in just 10 days. Also, all features of the PAC45L are easily configurable in the field with just a screwdriver. PAC45L is TSO'd. It can ship today at a list price of $12,995. Even though it's been a challenging year for supply chains, we're really proud to say that we've managed to keep our growing family of digital audio controllers, as well as our entire GA portfolio, in stock and ready to ship. Thank you. We hope to see you at our training session tomorrow and our booth this week.
Hello, my name is Jamie Luster, and I am with Genesis Aerosystems, and we have a short video presentation for you. Aaron?
The Genesis Aerosystems S-Tech 3100 digital flight control system is a fully featured altitude-based autopilot that provides workload-reducing and safety-enhancing capabilities to pilots. Designed for the diverse cockpit configurations of general aviation, the 3100 is compatible with advanced digital sources and EFIS displays. Building on the substantial existing feature set, we are happy to announce version 1.4, which is a hardware and software update that brings even more capability to the S-Tech 3100. For hardware, version 1.4 features a new white display, perfect for brightly lit panels or wide viewing angles. The other hardware change comes in the form of replacing the existing menu button with a new button for GPS en route VNav for capable avionics configurations. GPS en route VNav is now supported in the version 1.4 upgrade and is particularly useful during the busy arrival and approach phase of flight. A list of compatible displays and GPS combinations can be found on our website. Also, in the software update is an advanced integration with Aspen Max PFD. With this advanced integration and an advanced autopilot unlock from Aspen, the 3100 will now communicate altitude, vertical speed, and indicated airspeed bidirectionally between the display and autopilot. Lastly, the update provides enhancements based on great customer feedback. Visit our site for a full list of features in version 1.4. Genesis is also excited to announce a new line of digital radios. The Genesis Digital Radio, or GDR for short, is a family of navigation and communication radios. The configurable and integrated radio offers both options for VHF and UHF radio communications, VHF navigation, and an integrated marker beacon. With 8.33 kilohertz spacing, the GDR is the perfect solution for operators around the world. Paired with the GDR is the new Genesis control panel. The GCP is a Zeus-mounted controller and display for the GDR. The GCP controls and displays active and standby frequencies. The controller and display combo also controls volume and squelch and displays nav station identifier. To learn more about all of these exciting new products, visit booth 117 or visit our website today.
I also wanted to take a quick moment and update you on the version 1.4 software upgrade. If you are an approved Genesis dealer, you should have received a serviceman information letter yesterday on instructions on how to order the upgrade for your customers. It is on a first come, first serve basis, and it is based upon when the STCs will be complete. Currently, we have 4 STCs that have been updated: the Cessna 300 series, 400 series, 210s, and the P831s. We expect another 4 to 5 to be done early next week. We will email you those updates, we will send them out on social media, and we will also update them on our website. The SIL is also located on our website, so if you didn't receive the email, feel free to look for it there, or you can call any of our customer service agents. I also wanted to invite you to Al Gialusis's training this afternoon for the 3100 and the upgrade, and I can't wait to see everybody in the exhibit hall tomorrow. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dave Gary, and I'm with Innovative Advantage. Thanks to the AAA and all of you, it feels like it's been a couple of years. For those of you who aren't familiar with Innovative Advantage, I'll give you a quick summary. Our main product is the AVDS node. Over 6,000 units are flying today. Those AVDS nodes, shown here in blue boxes, are connected via fiber optic cables to create a backbone for audio, video, and data on the aircraft. Copper runs are minimized, long runs are lightweight fiber, and big trunks are eliminated. The architecture allows our customers to route uncompressed signals around the aircraft as if a simple switch was being used while enjoying the benefits of a distributed network. There are over 1,600 aircraft flying today with AVDS backbone. The AVDS backbone has been installed in all models of Gulfstream, Bombardier, Dassault, Boeing, and Airbus aircraft, from an Embraer Phenom to a pair of 747-800s. This is what the AVDS node looks like. The chassis has 8 card slots, providing the modularity you need for your unique requirements. Those 8 slots can have over any of 20 I/O cards installed to create a configuration that matches the requirements for a specific aircraft. Most analog, digital, video, and audio formats are supported, as well as signal conversions, up and down conversions of SD, HD, and 4K video signals. There's going to be a test. Here's some of the cards that can go in those 8 slots. Notably, 2 new cards, an audio over Ethernet in-out card, and a fiber SDI plus Ethernet by 4 card. Now that you're experts on the AVDS node and the backbone, here's what's new. Our first product introduced today is the Rabbit, Remote AVDS Backbone Integration Tester, or Rabbit. Greg, who you might know, one of his sons thought the antennas looked like rabbit ears. Your technicians can use this at their facility. They can travel with it or FedEx it to an end customer, plug it in, power it. You can log into the aircraft, update, troubleshoot, and test the system. The kit includes an AV tester and signal generator to help isolate issues. More than pays for itself in a single trip. Second product we're introducing today is the SCB. This is how you bring USB-C video into the backbone. An adapter that you locate out near the seat or monitor connects via fiber to the AVDS. There's 4 different configurations available, a base version with audio and Ethernet, and then versions with video in, video out, and both. Supports 2 ports for USB charging, and you can daisy chain to another SCB or directly to a Rosen 4K monitor via fiber. New product 2B, this is the new card that supports the fiber connections to that SCB. Also provides a direct fiber connection to new Rosen 4K monitors. Third new product is the Bluetooth adapter. This does not require any CMS interaction, always discoverable for simple pairing. Digital audio connection to AVDS over Ethernet link, just add power and Ethernet connection, you're good to go. Can be easily added to any of the over 1,600 AVDS aircraft flying. You can now add a Bluetooth audio input or replace an audio input at any maintenance event. Stop by and find out more about the Rabbit USB-C video and Bluetooth adapter. Thank you.
Hello, AEA community. My name is Brian Hart, Sales and Marketing Director for Jupiter Avionics. 10 years. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year, and it's also our 10th year presenting at the new products introductions. This is a major milestone for us, and we feel very proud about the product catalog that so many of you have come to know. This year, Jupiter has 8 new products to present, so let's get started. To kick things off, we're proud to introduce the JA95-091 from our audio controller product line. This unit is designed to expand your ICS system via passenger headset connection. It has up to 7 users with 5 transceivers, PA, and 4 receiver inputs. From our glove box product line, next up is the JA72-410. This is a Zeus-mounted dual USB glove box that has 2 charging ports, one USB Type A and the other USB Type C. Similar to the previous slide, except without the glove box, is our JA74-410. This is a lower profile dual USB charger with Type A and Type C ports. Another USB product that we have is the UJAC 2. This is a small, compact USB Type-C charger that is round and easy to install. We also have Zeus mount plates specifically for the UJAC product line. Next up is our JA77-006 switching plate. This JA77 has 2 legends for each switch position, and each legend can be engraved with up to 8 characters. The legends are removable, replaceable for whatever configuration you need. Another one from our glove box product line, introducing 2 new enclosures, which is the JA70 and the JA70-026. You will have plenty of storage choices with our JA70 product line we offer. Next up is another glove box that gives you the ability to create your own self-customized control panel. We have 2 new sizes available that offer 6 to 12 Zeus high installation. I would like to reintroduce the JA10-070 that is now shipping. The JA10 just got better with the integration of individual volume controls. It can be used with high or low impedance headsets as well. Another product that works with the JA10 is the JCP2-010. Our JCP audio controllers have always featured a reduced depth so you can get them in tight places. Now, let's talk about how to use the JCP2. On the left, you see the JA10 alongside a JCP2. JA10 is the main control head where you can add a reduced depth JCP2 with an RS-232 connection. On the right, you can see the two JCP2s have the ability to be connected with the JRAC2, which is a remote-mounted audio controller. Last but not least, we're not done with glove boxes because we just made them better. Introducing two of our new glove boxes, the JA70-009C and the 012C. We're taking it to the next level by adding a cover that securely stores your items inside the enclosure. In closing, I would like to thank Dallas Avionics, our sole distributor that has our full catalog of products in stock and on shelf. Please visit our booth 608 to see all of our products on display. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ross Cairns with Blue Avionics, and today we're going to talk about a few of our new products where we're taking adaptable avionics and moving them on. So Blue Avionics centers our core products are line in adaptable avionics. And what does that mean? That means that we can do a lot of different functions with our products. And these are just some of the certified products or functions that we all have today. Just to cover a couple of them, ADS-B, airspeed Mach warning computer. It's the same box doing the same functions, or doing different functions with configurations. Data concentration, FMN scaling, pseudo-ILS for LPV. We also use that for TOS Mode 5. True North calculations, TCAS, traffic resolution advisories. And new one we're doing now is WOW chatter reduction. Some of the new functions that we're doing today, and since it's been a couple of years, there's quite a few, but we'll just cover a couple of them. We're doing timed exceedance monitoring. That means that we can take an issue that happens on the aircraft and then create a level of enunciation. For example, we could decide it's a caution based on the logic, or a warning, or a latching warning if it's something that's really important that maintenance needs to occur. We performed an ILS offset training system on a citation with Duncan. It allows the instructor to put on a deviation for the student pilot, and then they can fly that as part of their training. We are also doing ARINC 575 to 429 conversion from the old air data systems, and that's certified with CNL Aviation on a Saab 340, and also it's on an MD-88. Here's some of the functions we're doing on the MD. This one, we're integrating the Honeywell FGCS system, ADC system, and the UNS 890 displays, along with the UNS 1FW FMS onto this aircraft. We are now going to also increase that to add additional functions from the flight guidance system of that aircraft to fully integrate it onto the displays. So the enunciations will look like they were straight from the factory from Boeing originally, so that when you turn the knobs on the FGC, it'll show up on the 890s. We're doing conditional max mins. Once again, we had the WOW chatter reduction on here. This happened to be a fighter. We're also putting in a minimum speed indication. There was a problem where that aircraft would have a number of different enunciations that would show up during takeoff. And then we're doing the Primus integration on a ATR using our BA110 system. This is the number of interfaces that we can do with the BA110, and we have only used 2 of those buses at this point in time, so we can connect to any other Collins interfaces there. We do have a training session today, guys. This is the one you should probably go to because we're going to have actual equipment there. We'd really like to have you guys come there, and we'll do some demonstrations of configuration, how to load a configuration, how to do a number of different things with the boxes. This one does have the equipment there, so we'd recommend you come. Thanks, and we'll see you out there on the floor.
Hello and welcome. I'm Tom Harper, Director of Marketing for Avadyne. Obviously, we've all overcome a lot of challenges this past year. I'm proud to say that Avadyne has also expanded, innovated, brought some new products to market, and certified them in this time period. So it's been challenging, but we've done a lot of cool things. In addition to the announcements on the video we're going to show in a minute, today we announced that we certified our new Skytrax 200 dual band ADS-B receiver. So come by the booth and ask about that. We have 4-hour training this afternoon in the Senator's Hall, and then 2-hour BizAv training Thursday morning. So be sure to see those, and we're in booth 817. Aaron, run the video.
One of our top priorities that we were working on during 2020 was our Atlas and Helios products that we had announced. And there was some level of impact, especially when it came to getting aircraft to do our STC program and moving people around and moving aircraft around and getting people hands-on aircraft. But the product is now certified, and we were able to come through that without too much impact to our activities getting Atlas and Helios into the market. We moved into our new hangar in August of 2020 that we're using for aircraft integration and certification activities. This has been a great addition to our facilities capability. We have room for quite a few aircraft in there. It makes it much more accessible to our employees because it's accessible from outside of the security fence of the airport.
The rapid growth that Avadyne is enjoying is built on a legacy of rugged dependability, rich feature sets, and ease of use at a price that makes sense. And these same qualities are what are making our new business aviation and international military divisions our fastest growing market segments. The Atlas STC serves as the foundation for future certifications. Fully TSO'd Helios provides mission critical capability paired with features such as HTOS and 3 arc-second data in a Zeus mounted form factor that is long overdue in both civilian and military helicopters.
Avadyne used the opportunity to leverage webinar and online interaction with both dealers and customers for training, for transferring of knowledge, for announcing new products. And it was a great way to create a dialogue with our customers and our dealers during this period. The Avadyne Academy is Avadyne's new 10-module, 10-hour training program designed for our dealers to help get technicians up to speed quickly on all things Avadyne. It's a self-administered program through the dealer portal that allows you to get the training you need for your Part 145 certification. Avadyne's new interactive installation manual, which was featured in the March issue of Avionics News, is designed for dealers to get quick access to the information they need while doing installations in the airplanes.
Soon Avadyne will be releasing 10.3, which has several new features. One of the most requested features we get is for visual approaches. Visual approach is great for when a runway or an airport isn't served by an instrument approach. Our implementation of visual approaches features an adjustable glide slope angle, adjustable final length, and adjustable pattern width. And when you insert a visual approach, you can see all of those things on the map, which really helps with situational awareness.
One of the most exciting things that Avadyne is working on in 2021 is our participation in the advanced air mobility world. There are lots of different players using lots of different configurations of aircraft and propulsion, things like electric and electric vertical takeoff and landing, hydrogen propulsion, hybrid propulsion systems, and many different interesting aircraft configurations. We've done a significant amount of hiring in 2021, and we'll continue to do that. We have a number of new products. You can expect to see some introductions at Oshkosh, and you probably can expect to see some new relationship announcements as well.
Good morning. My name is Larry Buller with Buller Enterprises from Bismarck, North Dakota. Are you really still cutting your instrument panels by hand? Maybe your panel vendor does not have your schedule as their top priority. We are pleased to announce the newest member of the Panel Pro family, the Panel Pro 6126. Your time is valuable. Why waste it dealing with outside vendors? The whole process of sheet metal production with the Panel Pro is optimized for the way we do our work. Cutting an instrument panel on the Panel Pro starts with drawing it on a CAD program such as the supplied QCAD, or simply editing an existing panel from the large library of aircraft panels and cutouts that is included. The AVCAM program calculates the tool paths, simulates the cut, and controls the Panel Pro. AVCAM can also be used offline in the comfort of your office or in your home. To cut the panel, a piece of material slightly larger than the panel is clamped onto the mounting bars. Set the starting position and click Cut. The panel shown was cut in 9 minutes. The Panel Pro 6126 features a 61 by 26 inch working volume to handle just about any instrument panel you might encounter. The Panel Pro 6126 incorporates a Bosch spindle motor or optional 3-phase spindle for production work. The Panel Pro 6126 is so much more than just cutting instrument panels. Optional accessories expand its capabilities. The Measure Pro 2 will measure existing instrument panels. The EG2 engraver produces panel markings that you will be proud of. The new LZ2 laser provides simple panel marking for light-colored panels. The operating application for the Panel Pro is AVCAM, the result of 24 years of continuous refinement. It uses DXF files produced by the supplied QCAD or your existing mechanical CAD program. It provides functionality for cutting, measuring, and engraving, and laser control. The Panel Pro 6126 is built for aviation professionals by aviation professionals. See us at booth 213 for details and show specials. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to Dallas. I am Chris Garberg, president of Aperio Aviation, and I'm pleased to announce our newest flight data monitoring product, the AIRS 400.
Introducing AIRS 400, a new 4K ultra-high definition airborne image recording system with wireless data offload. For more than a decade, Aperio has been a leader in light FDM recorders and software, as well as leading the general aviation market with our Stratus ADS-B products. As part of our ongoing efforts to provide safety and operational efficiency tools to our customers, AIRS 400 was designed to be the industry's most lightweight, lowest cost, yet very powerful flight data recorder. AIRS 400 captures ultra-high definition 4K cockpit video, ATC and cockpit audio, WAAS GPS, and detailed flight data, all in a unit that weighs 11 ounces. AIRS 400 can be easily installed in any model of aircraft for any type of operator. This recorder contains internal gyroscopes, accelerometers, and a GPS receiver, but also has options for ARINC 429 input, ED 155 audio output, RS 422 output, and it's equipped for wireless data offload, making it the most versatile and flexible lightweight flight data recorder on the market.
Air Romeo Hotel, Fargo approach, descent at Palace discretion, maintain 3000 and expect to bill 36.
Flight data is recorded to an internal crash-hardened memory, as well as a removable SD memory card. The internal memory holds 2 hours of video and audio, along with more than 200 hours of IMU flight data, and 100 hours of ARINC 429 data. The removable SD memory card records up to 64 hours of video and audio, and more than 200 hours of IMU flight data or 100 hours of ARINC data. With the innovative wireless data offload feature, the AIRS 400 recorder will connect to a cellular network once it identifies that the aircraft has landed and is powered down. It first transmits the position and time of landing, and then begins transmitting flight data, immediately getting it into the hands of your FDM team without having to rely on a pilot or crew member to manually transport the SD card to a workstation. With its one-day installation and simple setup, AIRS 400 is the easiest way to get started with an FDM program. Together with Apario's flight replay and analysis software, AIRS 400 is a powerful tool for debriefing flights and provides critical troubleshooting insight for maintenance personnel. With our web-based software, Apario Envision, your FDM team can set up customized event triggers derived from your standard flight ops to create a comprehensive picture of the safety and performance of your crew and aircraft. The all-new AIRS 400, the industry's most lightweight, lowest-cost flight data recorder, with its 4K Ultra HD camera and wireless data offload, is a powerful tool for your FDM program.
Thanks for listening, and look forward to visiting with you in the exhibit hall and also attending both of our training sessions. Thanks again.
Good morning. My name is Jonathan Pinson with AirText, and we make low-cost aviation connectivity solutions. We've done very well since our last meeting in 2019 in both the forward and retrofit lines of the business, and we invested heavily in the product last year. In review, our primary product sold by the dealers is the AirText Plus. It offers worldwide connectivity using the Iridium satellite network. Up to 16 simultaneous users can access the system using iOS or Android. The system weighs roughly a pound and is about the size of a paperback book. It offers email, talk, text, and WhatsApp and moving map functionality. And it's great as an alternative to full internet for aircraft that don't want the large expense or usage fees. It's great for smaller aircraft. It's great as a supplemental solution for large aircraft. And anything that goes international is a great option for AirText. It's 17250 list. It's delivering now on the shelf, and text messages are 5 cents each. Phone calls are $1.25 a minute, and for email, you pay for what you use. We believe it's nuts to overpay for connectivity, so come to our booth and let us show you what that's about. And we will help you sell AirText. So every week we're getting on Zoom conferences with our customers, with our dealers and operators, and we will show them the system. They will use it themselves, be recipients, and see how the system works. You'll have a happy customer that knows exactly what they're getting when it comes to delivery time. We can give you marketing materials and provide references and contacts that can attest to the value and the performance of AirText. And again, we have stuff on the shelf ready to ship. So what's new? This year we released a 10.2 and 12.9 inch moving map solution for the bulkhead. We're offering a 10.2 inch version that's 3,000 list and a 12.9 inch version that's 5,000 list. It supplies all the map data that you're used to seeing, destination, weather, time, distance to go. And one really cool thing is you can mount it in either a portrait or a landscape orientation, so you can get it really high up in the bulkhead for aircraft that typically don't have that much space. All the flight data is wirelessly sent from an AirText or AirText Plus unit, and we also have a map-only version that doesn't require an antenna for 7350 list. We can do custom logos, welcome messages, aircraft icons, and all that. And if you don't have a bulkhead, that's not a problem. People can access the map wirelessly through their own device. They can pan, zoom, interact with the map without having to have something on the bulkhead. And also new is LANDAR. It's a landing assist altitude call-out system that uses LiDAR technology. 40% of accidents occur during the landing phase of flight. And we had one customer that said that you're taking something that's an art and kind of turning it into a science, but we can do altitude call-outs over the audio system from 2,500 feet all the way down to 5. The system consists of a LiDAR sensor assembly that's mounted on the belly of the aircraft, and it looks down, and then an audio interface unit that's mounted within the cabin. It's configured using Bluetooth and just a few wires between the two. The whole system weighs less than a pound. It needs a 1 amp breaker, and our first installation was on a King Air 90. Our installation eligibility is on Part 23 aircraft, and you can select the call out you want to hear anywhere, like I said, between 2,500 and 5 feet. That is $79.50 list, and it's in stock. Also new this year, we have a coaxial switch that has PMA. You can use this to install AirText in aircraft that already have an existing SATCOM system that may be unused or an existing antenna. Stop by our booth 511 to see more retrofit products you can offer your customers today, and thank you to all our dealers that have been installing our products.
Hello. What if you could offer a USB port that could charge an iPhone and laptop at the same time? And what if you could customize a digital display to replace an obsolete gauge? And what if you could replace batteries so that aircraft can start faster, start lighter, and start smarter? Hi, I'm Ryan Reed with Mid-Continent Instruments and Avionics and True Blue Power. And in the next 3 minutes, you'll see 10 new products that make this possible. Let's have a look. If you like something you've seen here today, then we'd love to see you at booth 409. And don't forget to check out our training sessions later today and on Thursday. Thank you.
Well, good morning. My name is Kevin Hayes, Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Alto Aviation. It is certainly a pleasure to see you all this year in person. Our new product introduction is an extension of our Cadence cabin management system. We continue to listen to our customers to create new solutions that support legacy, obsolete components. To date, we have installed over 250 Cadence switch systems on various aircraft, including Gulfstream, Bombardier, Falcon, and Citation. We have delivered over 30 various direct replacement switch series for obsolete CMS, including Airshow, Audio International, Baker, Lufthansa, Paxis, and more. So when we say direct fit replacement, we mean that we can preserve the existing cutouts of your former switch system with no woodwork. Our modular solutions allow us to enhance capabilities by adding or subtracting features all within the same profile. So today, we are pleased to introduce a new MH bezel series that is direct fit compatible with the obsolete Baker MHL 3 and 4 panels. These panels are typically found on Falcon aircraft models. We developed two versions of the series. First, a large format version replaces the MHL 4 panel typically used at VIP and galley locations. We converted the menu-driven system to simple, discrete functions for ease of use. And the new switch supports interchangeable modules for flexibility. It supports lighting, entertainment, and we also added USB-A and C capability. The smaller MHL 3 panel was replaced with local read table light control with USB-A and C capabilities. These panels are typically found at the passenger seat locations. So due to our modular approach, we can support various configurations within the same cutout. We can adapt the design to support cabin temperature, or add a Bluetooth pairing button to support cabin audio. We look forward to working with you on your next project. If you encounter these obsolete Baker panels in your aircraft, allow us to provide you a budget and wood-friendly solution. This new Baker MH replacement series employs the same modular approach inherent in our Cadence switch system series. A common bezel is fitted to the cutout, and modules are interchangeable based on the functionality desired. We adapt features within the same envelope, saving you time and money from expensive wood rework. So come by and see us in booth 924. And on Thursday, we will be conducting a training session. So we look forward to seeing you and providing details on this new offering. Thank you for your consideration this morning. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Hi, I'm Jim Alpizer with Garmin. It's exciting to actually be in front of you all again. Last year, we introduced the incredibly popular and versatile GI-275 electronic flight instrument that can serve as an attitude indicator, HSI, moving map, and EIS. Now, the GI-275 is available as a transponder control head, too. Actually, a great transponder controller that can also serve as an MFD. Additionally, we've added support for dedicated GPSS switch and also streamlined the software user interface for GPSS switching inside the GI-275 itself. And we're excited to introduce our newest USB ports, the GSP 15 with Type-C variant connections. It can load software and databases to the GI-275, and of course is a powerful charger for mobile devices too. We're also excited to introduce the TXI platform as an engine indication system for twin turboprop aircraft. King Air C-90, Cessna 425, Piper Cheyenne aircraft can feature a 7-inch portrait display and provide engine indications and alerts that are truly optimized for turboprop operators. And of course, get your engine parameters offloaded wirelessly via the Garmin Pilot app to better monitor and manage the health of your engines. Garmin has continued to make strides in the retrofit autopilot certifications as well, with over 50 aircraft models added recently. Plus our first turbofit fan certification pictured here. Recent additions for the GFC 500 include the Cicada TB20 and 21, Piper PA24, and eminently coming from more Bonanza, Cessna 210, and Mooney aircraft models. The GFC 600 was recently added to the list for the King Air C-90, the Cessna 441, the Pilatus PC-12, and Citation 525. Finally, Garmin continues to make innovative, safety-minded tools for the pilot through advanced Garmin integration. Here's a short video of our newest Smart Rudder Bias for select piston twins.
Garmin Smart Rudder Bias. One of the advantages of operating a twin is enhanced peace of mind from engine redundancy. Yet an engine failure in these aircraft can present a safety risk of its own. When an engine fails in a twin, you must act quickly to maintain control of the aircraft. Smart Rudder Bias provides assistance that helps give you time to react. Smart Rudder Bias is available shortly after takeoff, and it monitors the aircraft through the entire flight, even when the autopilot is off. The system determines a one-engine inoperative condition by using the engine indication system to constantly monitor power produced by the engines. When the power differential exceeds a preset threshold, the system indicates which engine is failing and activates to help counteract the aerodynamic changes that occur because of the failure. Smart Rudder Bias immediately provides rudder force to help you overcome the yaw tendency from the inoperative engine. And if your bank angle exceeds preset limits because of the roll tendency, Electronic Stability and Protection provides inputs to the aileron controls to help you increase or decrease bank, even in turns. It also provides inputs to the elevator controls to help you pitch for safe airspeed and avoid a stall. Once you reestablish stable flight, you can deactivate the system with a panel-mounted switch. Then fly to a suitable airport for an emergency landing. Smart Rudder Bias. Only from Garmin.
Stay tuned for more Only from Garmin innovations in the not-too-distant future. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Ash Ridge from a company called Guardian Avionics. It's kind of tough going after Garmin with their products. So ours is a little bit more, just a little bit of background. We're also known as CO Guardian. We make carbon monoxide detectors, and we're also CO detectors. We also make USB power supplies, iPad mounts, smart MFD hardware, and our proprietary small MFD app, integrated app. And our CO detectors are standard on all the OEMs, on Cessna, Cirrus, Diamond, and a lot of the shops here have to, change them out every 7 years. And so this year, we're going to be introducing the new USB-C mounts and the latest iPad Airs and iPad Pros. I think Jim is probably the one thing that always says that we're always Garmin is the shark, and we're just the little guys that swim underneath them. Jim has made that comment to me a couple of times.
And then we're going to be introducing our USB 3.0 chargers. This is the iPad mount, the new iPad Air and the iPad mount for the panel mounts. And the iPad Air and the new iPad 11 Pro mount is flush mounted. It's got a built-in USB cables, cooling fans, can be mounted both in landscape and horizontal, high ABS plastic, and we're burn tested. And then also, we're Part 23 certified under the NORCE as a minor installation. So it's very easy for the shops to install this system. And then also to power this thing, we also are making USBs power for the. Oh, okay, I think I missed this part here. Okay, looks like. Okay, and the USB power supplies. So you can have it power from the front and the back, one on the front, one in the back. And then this is like a simple sample installation mounted in an SR22 in the center panel now, a lot of the areas. This is also mounted in MCAT supporting a Garmin G3X. And then the question becomes is how do you really power these iPad Airs and the iPad Pros from the back that require the new Apple M1 chip running at 12 volts at 1.5 amps? Well, we introduced the new USB-Cs 3.0s for the in our family we used to have the USB-As, now we also have the USB-Cs. The USB-Cs are going to feature the new Qualcomm 3.0 charge technology that's dual 3 amps at 18 watts per port, 40 watts input. We have 14 and 28 volts. They're Part 23 certified under the NORCE as a minor installation again. The auto voltage for the iPads, because a lot of the new iPads, they can use different voltages, 5, 9, or 12. And then also can be mounted or remote mounted. That's one of the great features. This is our simple panel mounted system. This one is pretty selling. We're selling a lot of these. These are our remote mount systems that you put one power supply in the back, and then you can mount it exactly to the panel, exactly where you need the power for the USB-C for the Pilot. And then this can be also mounted on the back of our mounts. And this is a simple picture of our installed in a dual, this is on an RV9. And then come and see us on booth 501. And then also we're going to be giving training on Thursday also for all of our product line. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John Reed. I'm the Business Development Manager for Free Flight Systems. I'm thrilled to be here today to discuss our latest product line, the Terrain Series radar altimeters. Free Flight is a leader in the manufacture of high-reliability next-gen avionics for retrofit and OEM markets. Our solutions can be found on multiple platforms, including fixed-wing aircraft, rotorcraft, unmanned systems, and an upcoming eVTOL vehicle. Established in 2001, Free Flight is focused on the practical application of next-gen technology to real-world operational needs. The company's core competencies include surveillance, navigation, data sensing, and communications. We believe safety and situational awareness from radar altimetry can go farther. After 20 years, Free Flight is embarking on a transformative change to deliver a new radar altimeter designed for modern flight. Now introducing the Terrain Series. As an organization, we are truly seeking to redefine accuracy and infallibility within our core competency of radio altimetry. The new lineup of radar altimeters includes the RA5500, RA6500, and future RA7500. These sensors have been designed from the ground up to mitigate 5G interference. The 6500 features comprehensive interface capabilities, including the ARINC 552 legacy interface, which allows for integration with legacy analog indicators and greatly simplifies the retrofit of the installation. When the original specification for radar altimeters was created, the RF environment was a lot less congested. Reports from the RTCA Special Committee 239 show that the allocation of frequency bands for 5G could compromise the accuracy of radar altimeters industry-wide. The Terrain Series design provides a robust solution to withstand 5G interference through customized RF filters and DSP technology. The other reasons to redesign the radar altimeters include obsolescence management, reliability and maintenance, and robustness against harsh environmental conditions. This new design also accounts for anticipated TSO and MOPS updates being evaluated by the FAA, RTCA, and EUROCAE. The Terrain Series altimeters feature dual install capability, making them suitable for installation in Part 29 rotorcraft and larger fixed-wing aircraft. They have an update rate of 25 Hertz, frequency modulated continuous wave at 4.3 gigahertz, and an altitude range of -20 to 2,500 feet, antenna response angles of up to 20 degrees pitch and 30 degrees roll, and a service ceiling of 55,000 feet. The RA6500's small footprint and compatibility with some existing antennas make it a very straightforward retrofit solution. The TSO DALB-rated 6500 meets the FAA's rigorous design standards, including TSO C87 Class A, ETSO 2C87, DO160G, and DO178C. These radar altimeters will feature Ethernet connectivity for maintenance and a multicolor LED to convey critical status modes for instant feedback to installers. Additionally, the RA6500 can be paired with Free Flight Systems RAD45 indicator, which meets EASA AMC1 NVIS guidelines. And now for the main attraction, training with Brad Brunson and Clifton Williams in Coronado B at 1 p.m. They will be providing insights on our ADS-B data link and our new radar altimeters. We're thrilled at the return of trade shows, and you can find our team in booth 609. Have a wonderful show, everyone.
Good morning, AEA class of 2020 and 2021. It's awesome to be back together again. I'm Ian Ronas with SkyTrack Systems. Let's get started. Delivery. In the past 18 months, do you deliver has been the question. At the end of the day, for any business, it's always about the delivery. Uber delivers people. Grubhub delivers food. Amazon delivers, well, everything. SkyTrack delivers Iridium Certus for aviation. Iridium's new constellation became fully operational in late 2019. Since then, Iridium has been delivering its next broadband service called Certus to land mobile and maritime users worldwide. This year, with the smallest active L-band antenna available for aircraft, SkyTrack will deliver Certus, offering the fastest L-band internet service at half the cost of the other brand. SkyTrack is delivering its flagship SDL 350 Certus terminal for providing high-speed internet aboard a fleet of police helicopters in Asia. We'll be delivering the SDL 350 with an onboard AI system for sensor data processing for surveillance aircraft in North America. And these deliveries are just the beginning. Targeted for air transport, business, and military aviation, the SDL 350 is a 2 MCU LRU, which will be VIBE certified for helicopters and eventually certified for Certus Safety Services, which is expected in 2023. Certus is ideal for FAN CPDLC, ACARS over IP, and ATS voice. Out of the gate, the SDL 350 enables the best speeds Certus can deliver using background or streaming internet services and 3 dedicated telephone lines. As a complete connectivity solution, the SDL 350 includes cabin Wi-Fi, cellular data access, and secure smart routing to manage aircraft domains and users. For special mission aircraft, light turboprop, and high-performance twins and singles, Skytrack will be delivering the IMS 350. This compact flange-mount Certus terminal offers the same high-speed internet services, 3 phone lines, Wi-Fi, cellular, and secure routing management. Seeing the need for a universal touchscreen cockpit telephone dialer, Skytrack developed the MTC 100 multipurpose controller. A clean sheet design, the versatile Zeus Rail unit supports VoIP and POTS phone dialing, Iridium push-to-talk services, and on-screen or Wi-Fi-based text messaging. Skytrack will be delivering a variation of the IMS 350 to UAV OEMs and operators to enable beyond visual line-of-sight operations and real-time sensor telemetry. The unmanned requirements for very lightweight Certus terminals and compact active antennas have been met by Skytrack's innovative design team. With the smallest Certus terminal available, the DLS 100, Skytrack is delivering the promise of Certus for smaller UAVs to support video and telemetry with 2288 kilobit per second internet service. About the size of a box of Kraft mac and cheese, the DLS 100 can be paired with a small stub antenna or a more traditional low-profile patch antenna. Speaking of delivering, Skytrack is proud to be one of the 7 exceptional companies in the ACR group. In particular, the synergies with Flight Data Systems, NAL Research, Free Flight, and ACR Artex are delivering innovative solutions and winning contracts with Boeing, Airbus, Embraer, Pilatus, and many others soon to be announced. Visit the Skytrack team, Ray Larkin, Jeff Sherwood, and Ruben Mann at booth 609. Let's talk about your customers and how Skytrack can help you deliver Certus. And be sure to stop by our technical training today in room Coronado B. We'll see you there. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Scott Smith here with Aspen Avionics. Everybody glad to be here finally, right? All right. First of all, I want to thank all of our dealers for the continued support of our products and you know, just taking care of us over the last couple of years. We look forward to catching back up with you during the show, so make sure you come by the booth and say hi, and we'll shake hands and hugs and kisses and all that good stuff. So look forward to seeing you and tonight too. So I'm going to go over a few things. I'm going to go over a couple of the key features on the MAX, go over the new interface with the 3100 Autopilot. I'm also going to talk about our new internal extended battery along with our co-op advertising program we're getting ready to launch. So let's start off with the fact that the new MAX displays come standard now with synthetic vision, which is very shagalistic, baby, which is a technical term from Austin Powers, in case you didn't know that. So we've also reduced the pricing on some of our options, including angle of attack and ADS-B unlocks, and they're now $596 each list. We also have added a new technology called dual aiding AHRS. And what that means is there's no single point of failure anymore. So with dual systems like a 2000 or 2500 MAX, there's no backups required. So you could put in 2 screens and be done. No backup attitude, airspeed, or altimeter. So that's a pretty powerful story to tell. With the new 3100 digital autopilot interface, as Jamie mentioned earlier, there's a really nice set of features out there, but some of the key things to note right now is you can install it today and do the interface, and there's no, even without, I mean, the interface is currently accepted. Now the advanced feature unlock, you need the aircraft to be covered underneath their STC. That makes sense. If not, we can talk about it later. But there's we do all the mode, we'll do with the advanced feature unlock, we'll do the mode enunciations, vertical speed control, indicated airspeed control, of course, altitude pre-select, and flight director, and also provide the air data needed for the envelope protection. And one other thing I want to mention on that with the interface, with the digital interface, the Garmin GFC 600 should be added by the end of the year, and we'll have a very similar looking interface, and we'll talk more about that as that comes along. So the new internal extended battery, what is that? What does that do? Basically what that does allows you to remove the backups like we talked about before, and think of it like if you remember our external battery, and we've gotten rid of that. So now it's all internal, and service life is 2,200 hours or 4 years. And we're going to include that battery in the E5, the Pro Max, and the Max MF 1000 Max MFD. So with that battery, we get rid of having to do that install on that external battery. So that cleans up the labor, takes away some labor, and takes care of some of the install time. So our new pricing on the Max is $9,995 for the Pro. The 2000 system, which includes that new internal battery, is $15,995, and the 2500 system is $19,995. So those are pretty competitive pricing for all the features you get, feature-rich system. And as far as trade-ins, so here's what's really nice. If you have a customer out there that has a unit from 2008, they can trade that in for $54.95 and get a brand new Max with a 2-year warranty. And you can see the other pricing for the other screens there. Real quick, I want to mention our co-op advertising program. And basically what that is we're going to take 3% of your annual sales to goes towards this co-op program. And the way that works is, let's say you want to advertise your company and Aspen Avionics together, we'll pay for up to 50% of that ad. We'll also do your company's apparel, hats, shirts, that kind of thing too. But that does need to be pre-approved, and we can talk about that offline. But appreciate you guys. Look forward to seeing you. Again, we're at booth 523, and we have a technical seminar today at 1 to 2 in Coronado A. So thank you very much.
Good morning. Hope everybody had a really good Father's Day weekend. I'm Kerry Crawford, Product Manager for Viavi's Flightline Test Solutions. I've been attending this convention and the Regional Connects for a few years now. I've had the pleasure of meeting many of you, and most importantly, your technicians. We've received some valuable feedback on our products, and it's that feedback that brings us here today. Aaron?
Introducing the AVX 10K from Viavi Solutions. Better avionics testing from the factory to the flight line.
Hi, I'm Guy Hill, Director of Avionics Test for Viavi Solutions. From our beginnings in 1968 as IFR, then Aeroflex, and most recently as Viavi, we have developed industry standard test solutions that are utilized every day by OEMs and repair facilities. Building on more than 50 years of providing superior avionics test sets, we are proud to introduce the next generation of transponder and NavCom test equipment, the AVX 10K Flightline test set from Viavi Solutions.
The AVX 10K by Viavi Solutions is a comprehensive flight line test set for testing communication, navigation, and surveillance systems on fixed-wing, rotary, and UAV aircraft. Using modular hardware and software, the AVX 10K combines the features of our well-known IFR 4000 and IFR 6000 test sets into a single device. The addition of wireless technology simplifies controlling the test set and managing test results. The AVX 10K Flightline test set provides a full suite of test options for verifying the installation and performance of airborne systems. First, the AVX 10K tests pilot communication systems, as well as all ELT frequencies. The AVX 10K also performs testing of VOR, ILS, and DME navigation systems, and surveillance systems including transponder modes A, CNS, ADSB, UAT, and TCAS. A built-in GPS receiver facilitates ADS-B testing by auto-populating latitude and longitude for accurate position testing. Finally, the AVX-10K has built-in SWR and fault detection with built-in DTF. After determining the test requirements, the technician has a variety of methods to connect to the system under test. Antenna couplers provide a convenient way to control radiated testing. Tests can also be performed over the air or by direct connect. Control of the test set is handled via the built-in touchscreen or on your mobile device from inside the cockpit using the Viavi Mobile Tech app. The intuitive user interface allows for easy setup and test initiation with the press of a button. Results are provided on screen via easy-to-read pass-fail indications. Test results can be auto-named with the Mode S address, tail number, and timestamp, and then saved to a USB drive or synced to the internet using the Viavi StrataSync online data and device management system. Available from the Apple app and Google Play stores, the free Viavi Mobile Tech app provides complete remote control of the test set. The Mobile Tech app also provides access to manuals, technical docs, and our how-to videos. StrataSync is a hosted, cloud-based solution that provides asset configuration and test data management for the AVX-10K and ensures all instruments have the latest software and options installed. From the factory to the flight line, the AVX-10K is the future of maintenance testing, giving you the confidence needed to certify aircraft using the best in test. Visit viavisolutions.com/AVX-10K for more information.
So from factory to flight, avionics systems testing has been simplified. So please visit us in booth 616 to see the AVX-10K. You can test a transponder. We'll talk about what applications we have available now, what the schedule is for future applications, and also we have a training session in Coronado A for avoiding false targets during your avionics system testing, cause and prevention. So I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome. My name is David Fearhawk, and I'm the Vice President of Sales with Cabin Management Solutions. Please join me as we watch a quick little video on our company. So, how many here have heard some good rumors lately? I know I have heard quite a few, especially in the last year or so. One I'd like to talk about in particular has to do with the origins of Cabin Management Solutions. Here's some facts. CMS is a well-funded organization, an organization that has created a new, from the ground up, cabin control and IFE solution for the business aviation retrofit market. As you can see, CMS clearly diverges from the solutions that are present in the market today. And with that, CMS proudly presents Evolve, a modular solution that provides adaptability to technology from yesterday, today, and tomorrow. The Evolve ecosystem is based upon our patented wireless technology that allows for the MRO to place the control where it's needed and not where it's not. Evolve CMS means minimal interior removal, maybe. Advance the slide, please. Little to no interior modifications, custom bezels in days, not weeks, downtime in weeks, not months, and software in weeks, not months. Here are some before and after pictures of an installation on a Falcon 900 EX. Please note, these are actual pictures. They're not renderings of a proposed system. The next slide is the picture on the right is a switch panel that does not have the plated bezel anymore. The Evolve system utilizes additive manufacturing, which allows us to create custom adaptable brackets to quickly and easily print and then cover and veneer to match the interior of the aircraft. Through the project on the 900, CMS has obtained an AML STC, and PMA is expected in the next couple weeks. Please stay tuned for events in the future. Chapter 2 of our product story is yet to be unveiled, and this fall we plan to have a few more announcements in NBAA. So watch our website, stay tuned to our social media for those announcements. Thank you for your time today, and please come visit us at booth 800.
Hi, good morning. My name is Carlos Ordonez. I am responsible for the next generation tools and analyzers for proactive maintenance tools at Barfield. Today I brought a short video introducing our new watt meter for aviation. So Aaron, if you can help me with the video.
Hi, my name is Carlos Ordonez. I am a sales director, part of the proactive maintenance tool team with Barfield. Today, I'm very excited to introduce for the first time our new tester. This is the result of last year's work looking for a simple, innovating way to measure grounds in aviation. We believe this is the next tool every aircraft technician needs. Barfield's new handheld watt meters, B700 series, comes with two options, standard and intrinsically safe. We have a variety of leads. Our latest one conveniently allows you to take measurements right at your fingertips. They're accurate, adaptable, ergonomic, durable, and affordable. Hey, do you want to see them? I invite you to stop by our booth 1116 to check on this new technology. Thank you.
So we love to get feedback on our new product. We also have a number of products that we brought in. Please, I invite you to come on Thursday to check our training sessions. We have one on watt meter. We have another one on frequency domain reflectometers to test coaxial and antenna installations. And again, my name is Carlos Ordonez. Please stop by our booth 1116. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jeremy Ham, and I'm the Business Development Manager for WB Parts, and I run the WB Parts Express division. Since we've been here a while, I'm gonna kind of make this quick, short, and sweet so we can get out of here pretty quickly. Since I've been with the AEA, we've developed tons of cart systems and free software systems to help you guys run your shop better. And now the two biggest questions they asked me today are, can you please help find us a way to get more technicians? And can you please help us create a pedostatic test system that we can do it as all-in-one? Well, since cloning people is a non-starter and only have so many people and only so many kids I can put through A&P school at a time, we decided to take on the second question. So today I'm proud to introduce our XPS test card. With this cart, you're going to get the ADSC 650 test set. You're going to get an AV17 ramp tester, an RVSO manifold, a Viave antenna coupler, hose grip, and antennas, or adapters. But there's more. If you're an AMI user, we are in works with the software companies right now to where we're going to create a patch where we can start generating the pedostatic form for you once you complete the test. You run the test, you complete the data, we suck it into our software system and generate the form for you. Now, how much like something like this going to cost? We're going to list it at $32,000, but with your AEA member discount and your thank God we're at an AEA trade show again discount, we're going to sell it to you guys for $25,600. It's about a savings of $6,400. Stop by our booth at 306 if you want to check it out or see any of the other products we have to offer you guys. And with that, have a good show.
Hi, my name is Ken Pearson. I'm the Director of Sales at Shaden Avionics. Today I'd like to introduce a new fuel flow transducer designed specifically for turbine engines. The new HX transducer is well suited for turboprop engines with shaft horsepower up to 2,000 and turbofan engines up to approximately 3,000 pounds of force. The updated electronics design allows it to operate to temperatures up to 150 degrees Celsius. The HX transducer is TSO certified, and we are currently exploring STC solutions to replace legacy fuel flow transducers, as well as new installations. When we pair this device up with the widely used AS380 remote flow, we're able to convert that analog data into RS-232 and ARINC-429 for avionics that cannot accept the fuel flow signals directly. Today, I'd also like to introduce the AS360 inertial adapter, also known as the MagVar converter. This solution is required when outdated magnetic variation is present on the aircraft. Through various methods, we are able to apply the correct variation to continue operation of the aircraft with the existing equipment. In some instances where new all-digital AHRS units are installed, where legacy avionics require synchro data, we have an option to install this hardware with an optional synchro card to basically do the ARINC-429 to synchro conversion that's often required for radar or autopilot interfaces. The most recent application for this product was certified to DO-178 DAL-A, the most critical offering for this platform. As we're not just the fuel flow guys, Shaden is developing new configurations of the AS product line every year, which enables us to offer more commercial off-the-shelf variants for y'all. See what I did there? Being a Minnesota boy with the O's, I'll have to work on my y'alls, but I'll get it done. Come see us at booth 317. Love to chat with you and say hello. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Rich Bellock, SmartSky's VP of Product Management. Many of you know us as the developers of the industry's most advanced air-to-ground network, launching later this year. Today, we're introducing you to the SkyTelligence Data Exchange. SkyTelligence is an open digital platform connecting data producers and consumers to enable the industry to bring exciting new applications to market. The purpose of SkyTelligence is to intake multiple data streams in a variety of technical methods and make them available for output in a consistent, secure API management framework. We make it simple for data owners to securely share and monetize their valuable data. Here are 3 examples of our latest projects. First up is Performance Software, a leading systems and software development firm. The following video demonstrates how NOTAM data was sourced from SkyTelligence was quickly integrated with the Performance Software Mapping database to create an even more intelligent service.
There is a growing demand for real-time data in the aviation industry, and the Performance and Smart Sky partnership will provide developers with the data and platform to create apps to satisfy their customers' needs. Let's take a look at an example of what developers can achieve with our real-time AMDB data. Here's a real example of a NOTAM that occurred earlier this year, impacting Cedar Rapids Airport. Performance AMDB in the cloud automatically ingests SmartSky's NOTAM data, changing the runway attributes to closed. A change notification is then sent to subscribing entities. The change can then be pulled into the system for rendering and display. Endless solutions can be created utilizing multiple sources of data that interact and fuse, creating further value from the data. Piloted and autonomous aviation companies, including Advanced Air Mobility, can quickly develop their navigation-related apps for real-time precision airport and vertiport navigation. Take your aviation advisory applications to a new level with real-time airport data from Performance and SmartSky.
Next, SmartSky partnered with the International Air Transport Association to make their turbulence-aware programs real-time data available to business aviation. Calculated turbulence information is currently crowdsourced from roughly 1,800 commercial aircraft in real time, then sent to the ground using various data links. That raw turbulence data is then sent to SkyTelligence, where it's transformed and made available in a variety of different ways. In testing over our own ATG network, we collected turbulence data, transmitted it off the plane to SkyTelligence, integrated it into an app, transmitted it back to the plane, and then the pilots view that very information within seconds, thanks in part to our high-speed, low-latency ATG network. Our last example is AJW Technique, the maintenance hub for the AJW Group's component maintenance, repair, and overhaul service. AJW Technique initiated a large-scale digital transformation, partnering with SmartSky to provide a robust data infrastructure to enable their digital initiatives. SkyTelligence is a key component of this infrastructure, specifically around API management. The focus is on providing new digital solutions built by and for the MRO community. These are just a few examples of what we've accomplished with SkyTelligence so far. Learn more about SkyTelligence or our new air-to-ground network at SmartSky. You can come visit us at booth 518. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Charlie Schneider, CEO of MyGoFlight. Today, I'm proud to introduce to you the now, as of yesterday, STC Sky Display HUD and HUD EVS systems. I want to thank Rick Perry and AEA, for without their help, we never would have gotten this work done. And I also want to introduce you to the last USB charger you're ever going to have to install. We will be available to see you in our booth in 1016 after this event. Please roll the video.
Head-up displays, HUDs, are on several high-end biz jets, but now they're available to piston singles, turboprops, and light jets. During the takeoff run, you'll see the magenta flight director cue and green flight path marker pop into view on the attitude indicator. Liftoff comes at 70 knots on the airspeed tape, so maneuver the flight director cue into the flight path marker, and you'll be on course. Or put the jelly, the purple cue, into the donut, the green flight path marker. It's that easy to stay precisely on course. Now for an RNAV GPS approach to runway 17 left. The glide slope is captured, and you'll notice that the display declutters, swapping out the HSI ARC display for a CDI scale. Down we go, following the magenta cue's commands until the 6,023-foot MDA. At this point, we'd be able to see the approach lights or the runway environment while still having an efficient instrument scan. You can see that the HUD is easy to interpret and intuitive to use. And as an adjunct source of guidance, every bit as useful as the HUDs on Falcons or Gulfstreams.
The problem? Every USB charger is quickly obsolete. The solution? Infinity Power. The last USB charger you will ever install. Ever. Infinity Power System comes with power-based module and USB module. Display volts in, amps out, or off. It has a clean look and no need for a cover. Power from any side or rear. All ultra-thin 1-inch fits anywhere. Connect power from any side or from the rear. Insert USB module. Upgrade at will. It could not be any easier. The power-based module can be installed anywhere and only one time. The USB modules all come with a display and are easy to upgrade. The Infinity Power System is TSO certified, has a unique design, is patent pending. You install it once and upgrade through Infinity. Be available in Q4 2021. Take advantage of our introductory pricing. Infinity Power by MyGoFlight.
Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow in 1016.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Stuck. Let's watch this video introducing Ionic Air Care. Good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Stuck. Welcome to the 64th Annual AEA Convention and Trade Show. Many of us have known each other for more than 2 decades. Some of us got to know each other over the last few years during the ADSB program. And many of you will meet here at the AEA show for the first time, and we look forward to it. We're delighted to be part of AEA's new product introduction here in Dallas. Today we'd like to introduce Ionic Air Care, founded last year with the sole purpose of developing the industry's best and highest performance dual polar ion generator for aircraft. With the i7000A, we've accomplished that goal. Dual polar ionization is highly effective against killing pathogens in the air and on surfaces, including the coronavirus. Ionization is unique in that it's the only technology that can be used in flight among the options available today. Our clean sheet designed i7000A dual polar ion generator is the highest performance product on the market today and is made in the USA. We have several patents pending, both on our i7000A product and our carbon fiber ECS duct adapters for ease of installation, which can be made in any size or shape needed for your particular customer's aircraft. This is one of our DO-160 test rigs, scheduled to start on July 12th and conclude by the end of July with product availability in early August. This is one of our lab units with over 100 hours of time on it, mounted to our smoke elimination chamber demonstration, which we'll show you shortly. Okay, first we're going to shut the power supply off to the i7000A, light the stogie, go, then get her put down inside of the chamber, a little twist, and now we'll get some smoke built up in there. There we go. We turn the i7000A on, and we'll see the smoke elimination. The smoke actually begins to churn very quickly as the ions are making the particles clump together and fall out of the breathing space. But let's introduce one more time a good, thick cloud of smoke to watch what the i7000. That's worse than any bar I've been in. And there you have it, making the smoke particles clump together and fall to the breathing space. It does the same thing for dust. viruses, it's actually a very different operation that the ionization does, where it actually is robbing hydrogen molecules from the surface of the pathogen, causing the shell to collapse and the pathogen to die. But there you have it, folks, ionizing smoke with the i7000A. I'd like to thank everyone for being here today, and for those watching online. I'd also like to thank Alto Aviation, our contract manufacturer, and my wife Hazel for her support that really let us be here today. We're going to have the smoke elimination video running at our booth, as well as live ion generation demos with our aircraft unit and our ground use units at our booth. What we build here at Ionic Air Care is not rocket science, but it is air care at the atomic level. Come see us at booth 318. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today I'm pleased to present to you the Swiss company Thomann Aircraft Equipment. Thomann got its start in aviation in 1916 by providing high-quality timepieces for the French Air Force, and thus ushering in the era of avionics for the Thomann brand. My name is Pete Ring, and I'm one of the managing partners for Preo Aerospace, based here in Dallas, Texas, who is the exclusive North American sales and marketing partner for Thomann. My partner, Kyle Williams, and I formed Preo Aerospace with a focus on bringing the highest quality sales and marketing services to aerospace manufacturing, MRO facilities, and anyone else who needs an efficient way to enter the marketplace. The Swiss are known for high integrity, precision engineering, and many finer things in life, and it just so happens that some of those things are very tasty treats, like Swiss chocolates, Swiss cheese, and some of the best timepieces ever created, and now they should also be known for world-class avionics. Right? The first product I want to introduce to everybody today is our Air Data Solutions. Available as both a remote mount solution and as a panel mount instrument, these fully configurable solutions are approved for installation into complex subsonic aircraft as well as supersonic aircraft. A ruggedized solution that is ideal for upgrading older aircraft with TAWS, EGPWS, flight data recorders, TCAS, or newer gen IFF, HUD, or EFA systems. These Air Data Solutions are fully certified to the highest TSO and STC standards and require no recalibration, eliminating high maintenance costs. The next product I want to introduce is the StratoTimer Aircraft Chronograph. This fully customizable display is the preferred choice for upgrading older panel mount chronograph units while adding features and functionality. The StratoTimer is not only a highly precise timing source, it also functions as a panel mount video display, giving the pilot convenient access to any cameras on board the aircraft, such as a crew access door camera or a hoist camera. This rugged solution can also provide maintenance data tracking, optimizing aircraft operations, and maximizing component life. This product is the Swiss Army knife of flashlights. This multi-purpose unit combines high-intensity LED light technology with high output performance designed to withstand the harshest environments in support of flight and mission crews during pre-flight checks, routine inspections, various cabin and cockpit applications, and emergencies. The docking station also has a USB Type-A charging port for external devices such as tablets. This unit comes in black, gray, search and rescue yellow, and NATO green, but can also be customized with your custom logo right on it, giving your customers that personalized feel. Thomann Aircraft Equipment also offers several additional services such as third-party display maintenance, customizable 3 ATI MFDs, and display replacement services. With these services, we can provide tailored replacements for legacy CRT or LCD cockpit and mission displays, which may no longer be supported or serviceable. Our ISO Class 5 certified clean room allows us to offer in-house lamination and assembly services in a fully controlled and clean environment. Additionally, we're experts in cutting custom LCD displays in various sizes and designs to meet the individual specifications and requirements for our customers. With high-integrity Thomann products on board, now is your time to fly. Thomann Aircraft Equipment, Swiss precision for the highest quality aviation products available today. To learn more about our air data, chronograph, illumination, or display solutions, please visit with Kyle Williams or myself at our booth number 211 in the exhibit hall, or if you're remote, please visit us online at www.tommen.aero. My name is Pete Ring. Thank you.
Well, good morning, almost good afternoon. I'm going to be the first good afternoon of the day. My name is Jason Rigby. I'm the Director of Training for Satcom Direct, and I'm happy to be here to introduce to you the Plain Simple KU Satcom system. Plain Simple KU is the first in a series of systems designed not only to give customers high-speed internet, but it's also designed to drive business to our partners. And we want to do this in several different ways. The first would be by lowering the total cost of owning an aircraft that has high-speed data, while at the same time providing them with the SD industry-leading level of customer experience. With Plain Simple KU, we are simplifying the installation by delivering a terminal designed and built specifically for business aviation, and one that's backed by SD's award-winning support team. In addition to that, our solutions are expanding our customer offerings by doing market first. Let me start that over. In addition to that, SD Solutions are expanding our customer base by offering market first connectivity plans, including Power by the Hour. Now, this didn't get in very technical. I do have a session this afternoon in Coronado C, so please come join me there. We'll look at not only the system itself, but also the satellites that it's tied to. And we are at booth 618. Happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Scott Warner. I'm with L3 Harris Technologies. We're at booth 1124 before I forget to tell you guys at the end. I'm really excited to introduce new products and data services for both flight data recorders and cockpit voice recorders. Our data services provide an end-to-end customer solution for OEM data ecosystems, for Foco solutions and business jets, and airline fleets globally, as well as satisfying the global regulatory readouts in all markets that our business jet operators and airline customers operate in. Full Foco systems are available with integrated and integratable into SMS systems and satisfying all FDM and Foco regulations with the highest quality of data available for flight data recorders and cockpit voice recorders. Our maintenance-oriented regulatory readouts are available for all markets as well. Our regulatory readouts are quick, easy, and industry-leading TAT. So within 3 days, we're able to upload data either from our MRO sites or a remote access website through a secure FTP, and allowing AOG support as well within 2 hours. Our data analytics team can focus on their efforts on parameters that machine learning algorithms can expedite its results. We can take data from QARs as well as FDRs directly. We have a simple user interface that requires no additional training. If you've used a banking portal or a Facebook or anything like that, our simple user interface will be second nature. Easily identifiable parameters, and the last 50 hours of flight data will be available. Our Folqua FDM solution serves some of the largest customers in the world in terms of airlines and corporate customers. We can replay full flight attributes and allow for debriefing for safety managers and pilots. We have a powerful analytics program that comes standard with our Folqua solution that allows for hundreds of ways to interpret flight data using all the parameters available on your FDR and QAR. Our express readout services are quick, industry-leading speed, and allows for up to 50 flight hours of the same readout on one data set. The interactive charts will allow operators to look at different parameters in different ways, to do proactive maintenance or other troubleshooting that the flight may have encountered. We can also do CVR data link decoding. Regulatory requirements in multiple nations globally require this new service to be done as well. Simple to use cloud-based software means it's always up to date. You can always log in on demand and view your flights. You can generate your reports for regulatory agencies. You can download the raw data from that recorder and always see those stored on the cloud. So instead of filing all this away in your local systems, we always have a backup for you indefinitely, and you can store those reports with L3Harris. And then just a quick video to further these products. And thanks again. Our booth is 1124. For more information, come see us. Thanks.
The light. Hello. There we go. How y'all doing? I'm Gary. I'm known as the guy in the pink shirt or, well, suit. You have no idea how hard it was to find a pink sport coat. I have nothing to do with avionics. I don't make anything electronic, except I teach your customers how to work the stuff you sell and install. And I'm well known as the top expert in single pilot IFR using buttons. So I've got a couple awards and all that's wonderful. But I've got a brand new book out. And why is this book a new product intro for the AAA show? Well, because your customers need it. It will actually encourage them to buy more of your stuff. So this is the audience participation part. True or false? Pilots are losing their navigational skills and becoming children of the magenta line and becoming autopilot dependent. Is that true or false? This is the audience participation part. Absolutely false. Autopilots don't cause accidents, they prevent them. And GPS units and ForeFlight make flight planning better and safer. So what are the biggest killers of pilots? What causes pilot accidents? Somebody yell something out. Okay, I'll help you out. Have you all heard that stall spins, VFR into IMC, CFIT, have you all heard that these kill pilots? Totally false. There are only actually two killers of pilots, and this is something I'm pioneering in aviation. It's something called decision fatigue and adrenaline paralysis. So what we know about decision fatigue is, I'm going to make this very simple, is you only get so many good decisions a day. And at the end of the day, your decisions are not as good as they were at the beginning. They deteriorate quickly based on how fast you make decisions and how many decisions you make. So we know that people get tired, they start making bad decisions. Well, when do most accidents happen? They don't happen on takeoff. They don't happen en route. When is fatigue highest? When is workload highest? When are most accidents gonna happen? Well, they're all during final approach and landing. So autopilots and GPS are the answer to save lives, not the problem, because they directly reduce decision fatigue, they prevent adrenaline paralysis, but that is only true if the pilots know how to work them. You wanna see what happens when a pilot doesn't know how to work their new autopilot? This is a true NTSB accident report. The pilot said he could not disengage the autopilot. It took full forward and back control to maintain control. He solicited advice from another pilot on frequency. The pilot did not receive any training or apparently read the manual. And then the other pilot suggested powering down the plane, which he took to mean bring the throttle back. So there's 4 ways to kill an autopilot you need to teach all your customers. Autopilot disconnect, circuit breakers, avionics master switch, and the fastest way to guarantee complete release is the battery and alternator master switch. So why do you want to give this book to every single customer that buys anything from you? Well, A, it's a huge difference between 8,000 hours of real-world teaching and what flight instructors teach. Local flight instructors teach you not to use the autopilot and not to use GPS and FMS systems because check rides want the old hand-flying skills. I want to teach people they need to use it more, and that's what you need to hear. And it just shows why GPS and autopilots, when used correctly, are safer. So, includes free getting started videos on all of the major brands. And all you got to do is come over to booth 504. I'd be happy to show you the book. And today, from 1 to 3, I'm teaching 2 sales and marketing classes in the Emerald Room. Thanks, y'all.
Good morning, good afternoon. My name's Kerry Farish. I'm the Vice President of Sales for Flight Data Systems. It's great to be back here at AEA, meeting face-to-face. I know it called me old-fashioned, but trade shows are just not the same over Zoom or Teams calls, so it's great to see everybody face-to-face. This is my 18th AEA, but it's been 16 years since I was here, so I'm looking forward to meeting old friends and making new ones. Flight Data Systems has been a global leader in design and manufacturing and repair of data acquisition and data download solutions for over 30 years. Flight Data Systems products and services are being used on over 500 commercial and business aviation customers worldwide. In working with installation centers and certification teams over the years, we've developed solutions that include signal conditioning, flight data acquisition units, remote data concentrators, quick access recorders that receive multiple analog and digital signals from multiple aircraft systems and deliver a single digital output. Our handheld multi-purpose interface unit has become the most widely used data download service for business air transport, OEMs, military organizations, and aircraft investigation authorities around the world. Our flight data cockpit readout and reporting services are used by both business and commercial aviation, and we generate over 3,000 reports annually. SAFER and STARS are our flight data management tools for individual flight departments and organizational fleet operators to maintain regulatory compliance and enhance flight operational quality assurance standards. With the introduction of the Century CVFDR, This completes our end-to-end solution for operational enhancements to increase efficiencies and safeties in the flight data world. The Sentry is effectively the smallest, lightest, and lowest power consumption flight data recorder available today. Its small footprint is ideal for retrofit installations in fixed-wing business aircraft, rotor wing, military, and unmanned vehicles. The Sentry utilizes a new patent-pending memory installation technique housed in a titanium enclosure that meets all the latest survivability standards and environmental requirements. The same Sentry footprint can be configured for CVR only, FDR only, or a combined CV-FDR functionality. The Sentry received TSO approval for CVR functions, flight data recording functions, and is compliant with TSO C177 for data link recording as well. Our optional recorder input power supply, or RIPS unit, is certified to TSO 155, and all this in one compact unit that meets the latest crash survivability requirements of ED 112A. This picture shows the optional underwater locator beacon mounted on the top of the unit for installation flexibility. The Sentry also allows software free by utilizing field programmable gate array technologies, which allows the recorder to perform a wide variety of functions typically defined through software in its architecture for data acquisition. Other benefits are parallel processing, reduced physical space, and software storage, less certification requirements, less power consumption, and expanded I/O peripherals. In summary, the Sentry Flight Recorder is the smallest, lightest recorder. It's flexible for physical configurations for each installation, multiple sensor inputs for audio and data recording. The Sentry is the final piece in the Flight Data Systems flight data ecosystems. FDS is part of the ACR group. Please come by and see us in booth 609 to meet with us and our partner Skytrack, Artex, Free Flight, and Latitude. Also during our technical training sessions today and tomorrow at the facility here. Thanks.
Good afternoon. I'm Peter DeCarmo, Business Development Manager for Carlisle Interconnect Technologies. And today we're going to talk about HDMI 2.0 locking cable assemblies, and also we have a new Ethernet cable that we're developing. For those of you who aren't familiar with Carlisle Interconnect, we're a world-class leading supplier of interconnect and STC services, where we seamlessly design, build, test, certify, and also deliver high-performance products in the interconnect world. You can see there anything from specialty connectors, wiring cable, fiber optic, coax, RF, structures, avionics trays, SATCOM equipment, and also kits. So please come by our booth, number 1117, and talk to our team how we can innovate and elevate your business. We're basically all over the aircraft, anywhere from the passenger cabin, Wi-Fi, in-seat, IFE, flight deck, avionics equipment, aircraft systems, power grounding engines. So basically our products are all over the aircraft and encompass it all. So HDMI 2.0 locking cable. With the increasing demand for high speed, high definition, everybody basically wants those products you have at home in the aircraft. So in the cabin management system, we offer that 4K spec up to 30 feet, get that ultra high definition, made to order and customized lengths. And also you can choose to have with or without the locking cable for those high vibration applications. This is just a snapshot of our spec sheet here. We're basically, again, it's customized to your length for your installation and with or without the locking cable assembly. So what are some of the advantages for Carlisle IT? We actually are the OEM of the cable itself, HDMI, USB, fiber optic cable, coax fiber. And why is that important? Well, we heard before Gene talk about supply chain, so we control our own supply chain. So that's a really good thing these days with deliveries. And we offer the full capability of CMS connectors, even going back to some of the VGA, DVI stuff. currently HDMI. We're also developing a display port as another additional option. One of the newer developments we're working on is our high-performance Ethernet cable, or famous NF24Q100 HP. It's one of the latest in our robust family of cable products. It's tested up to 1 gigahertz at 100 feet with 10x higher capability and data rates. So it gives you that improved reliability with Silver Shield's dual-layer construction, lightweight, compact, in that classic 100-ohm quad construction. More. Try once more. Now, that's basically it. So again, thank you very much, and come visit us at booth 1117. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for sticking around. My name is Monica Montgomery. I'm with Canyon Aero Connect. You may not recognize that brand name as we recently rebranded. You've known us for years at AEA as Cobham, and then previously as NAT, Wolfsburg, and Pentar Avionics. We're now Canyon Aero Connect. You see, these two brands and two businesses are now operating under new ownership. Canyon Aero Connect continues to be focused on our communications, navigation, and audio systems. We're operating out of Prescott, Arizona, as we have for many years. Chelton is our sister company. They operate in the UK, and their primary business is the antenna business. So when we look at all the things that have changed with our new brand launch, what hasn't changed is our commitment to your success. We still sell the same great products, the same innovative mindset, and the same customer focus that we always have. And our commitment is that every mission matters. Now, getting into new product introduction. For many years, our DAC system has been a global benchmark for high-spec audio airborne digital audio management. Its flexibility has allowed us to be successful for many years. When we build on DAC's success, it allows us to introduce Titan. Titan is a family of products that are packed with features and allow us to offer you, a lot of adaptability to every mission and install. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Titan Video. Okay, so all of our qualification testing is complete and TSO is expected in late August. Product availability in Q3. So we're currently accepting orders. You can talk to Edmo, as you heard from today, Adams, or you can purchase from us direct. And we'd love to give you a live demonstration of Titan at booth 822. Come visit Canyon Aero Connect. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Dallas. I'd like to thank AEA for the opportunity to present here at the new product introductions this morning. My name is Matt Bartolotta. I'm with CCX Technologies, and today I'll be introducing our new test feature, the GPS signal generator for our T-Rex. Now, some of you are aware. Aaron, can you help me out here? One more. Thank you. Some of you may be aware in 2019 at AEA Palm Springs, we introduced the T-Rex. It's a 5-pound ruggedized tablet with a 10-inch color touchscreen capable of conducting 100+ tests on 16 avionics systems, all from one device. Since then, we've expanded the T-Rex capabilities to meet the needs of our ever-growing customer base. And with that being said, very excited to be here to introduce our latest offering that is compatible with the T-Rex RP Plus. Go to the next one, please. Next one. So the GPS signal generator validates the GPS functionality on an aircraft. The GPS track will be defined with a bearing and velocity from a position and MSL altitude, with optional altitude changes defined as rates or angles. Since modifications of bearings and rates are dynamic, you can set up an approach on the navigator and fly it like you would an ILS generator. The GPS signal generator is easy to use and set up. You simply plug in the hardware to the USB interface on the side of the T-Rex, position the antenna coupler, select GPS from the drop-down menu, and run your tests. It's controlled by the T-Rex and includes GPS L1 signal generation, SBAS, WAS, EGNOS satellite generation, dynamic positioning, and altitude movement. It also comes with an antenna coupler and uses the current GPS satellite almanac. T-Rex tests such as ADS-B out can be run simultaneously with the GPS signal generator. Can you go? Thank you. So for those of you that are interested in learning more about the T-Rex or the GPS signal generator, we'll be hosting an off-site training event today at Business Jet Center at Dallas Love Field. Business Jet Center is about 15 minutes away. We'll offer transportation, food and drink, and you'll also get a training certificate. The 2-hour time frame is going to be broken up in between about an hour of classroom time and actual hands-on training on an aircraft with tests including nav, comm, transponder, TCAS, and DME. So if you're interested, we'll be meeting in the lobby at about 12:15 to 12:30, and you can either find me or one of my CCX colleagues. We'd love to have you. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Please come visit us at booth 1002 with any questions or comments. Have a great show. Thanks again.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? My name is Cyrus Akradi, and I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing for Pilot Communications. It's finally good to see a big crowd again, and I hope you guys enjoy our newest product.
Lighter, stronger, and more versatile, Pilot Communications USA is proud to introduce 3 truly innovative headset products for today's aviation community. Representing over 4 decades of aviation communications expertise and manufacturing excellence, Pilot Communications USA offers an extensive line of passive technology headsets, active noise reduction headsets, intercoms, headset accessories, and adapters, as well as the most accomplished line of portable Bluetooth interfaces in all of general aviation. The Carbon P1 is a rugged, lightweight, passive noise attenuation headset. Weighing in at just 10 ounces, the carbon fiber P1 is 30% lighter than regular aviation headsets. The P1 includes a noise-canceling Electret microphone on a flexible mic boom, leatherette ear seals, an adjustable air foam headband, auto shutoff, dual volume control, and mono or stereo capabilities. A detachable COM cord allows the headset to be configured for use in different aircraft types, including fixed-wing, helicopter, or military. The Carbon A1 headset includes all the features of the P1 while also boasting 20 decibels of active noise attenuation. The A1 headset features the Pilot Direct Noise Canceling System that directs noise canceling toward the lower frequencies, while an enhanced voice intelligibility circuit enhances speech frequencies by up to 4 decibels. This cutting-edge technology combination of noise canceling and speech enhancement clearly allows the pilot to hear the things they need to and not the cockpit noise they don't. Both the Carbon P1 and Carbon A1 headsets feature the BlueLink 2 hand control unit that brings true Bluetooth versatility to any cockpit. With BlueLink 2, there's no need to decide between connecting your phone or tablet, because you can wirelessly connect 2 devices at the same time. In addition, 3.5mm record out allows for connecting audio to a camera or recording device, and an auxiliary input is available for plugging in other external audio sources. BlueLink works seamlessly with any Bluetooth-capable cell phone, making it just the thing for filing a flight plan, checking weather, calling for fuel, getting a clearance at an uncontrolled field, calling for a taxi, or conveniently checking in with your office or family. While the 4-ounce BlueLink 2 comes standard with the P1 and A1 headsets, it is also available as a standalone adapter that adds Bluetooth capabilities to your existing general aviation, helicopter, or Bose panel mount aviation headsets with BlueLink. At Pilot Communications USA, we listen so you can hear.
Awesome. So yeah, we are currently we made the only headset that can only pair 2 devices, and we're the only one in the game doing this right now. And I want to thank our dealers for the consistent support. And our booth is at 1216, and you can find us there, and I hope to see some new faces. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Take care.
Thank you for attending today's opening session and new product introductions, sponsored by GoGo Business Aviation. Training sessions will begin at 1 p.m. Please join us at 5:30 p.m. for the AEA First Nighter event in the Chantilly Ballroom. Thank you, and have a great show.
Aero News Network's coverage of the 64th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show, live from Dallas, Texas, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors.
Pilot Communications USA is proud to introduce our latest headsets, the Carbon A1 Active Noise Reduction and the Carbon P1 Passive Headset. Carbon fiber makes our headsets 30% lighter than others, which significantly reduces pilot fatigue. Our BlueLink hand control unit allows you to connect 2 devices at the same time, and the record out capability can send audio to an onboard camera or digital recorder. Get the headset that's so light you may forget you're wearing one at pilot-usa.com.
Introducing the new ELT 345 from Artex. This emergency locator transmitter, or ELT, boasts an industry-low price, while providing the same quality and performance on which the Artex brand was built. GPS data is embedded within the first emergency transmission and provides search and rescue personnel with the aircraft location within 100 meters in less than a minute. Take to the skies knowing that you have the highest performing and reliable equipment on board. View our selection of ELTs and safety products at www.artex.com. Artex, your best last chance.